Ba-doo-ba-doo! Shit!
What the hell?
I was muted. I was so muted.
We're not starting.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. That was on purpose.
We're just going to restart this and do this again, guys.
We might have to.
And it is a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.
And we're starting again.
Disrespectful.
Let it begin. Ba-doo-ba-doo. That was pretty good.
It's like harmony. E-harmony.
By the way, this never happens on my channel.
What?
We nail the intro
People watching?
every time.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Sorry about that.
Kitty's got
We had a pretty good
balls.
turnout. We had a pretty good turnout for Thursday night.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
You haven't told me what you thought of Mad's Wednesday dump.
I mean, it's there. I'm happy.
Cool.
It was
No,
soft.
it's getting better. At least you didn't almost get my channel, banned.
Bro, I had a girl on and everything.
Whoopee-doo! Yeah, you did have a
Name.
female on. I was actually happy for you.
I
But
don't
never
know
on
cheese.
my channel.
Silence.
I think my intro works better.
For some odd reason, I thought you might have accidentally clicked Mad's intro.
Oh, do we need to start over? Eric K wasn't ready.
All right.
Ah,
Let's do it
shit.
again.
You should do mine. It's good. It's better.
We might have to do aluminum spork.
Damn it, I can't remember the NWO song. I was about to start humming it.
All right, everybody. All right. It is Saturday night. It is the dump. We are here and we are live straight out of Dallas. Oh, no, actually, we're all in our basements probably.
I was
everybody.
actually, I'm straight out of Dallas.
You are straight out of Dallas. That's
Okay.
great. Name dropper.
Sorry.
What?
Dude, I know they have airplanes in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I know. It's called Too Many Damn Children. But
Yeah.
Orlando, I'll be there. I hope.
Are you
So
going to bring the kids with?
Well, it depends on how much money YouTube pays me. So keep sending them super chats. And thank you to all my members. I am Scott. This is Sporking News Podcast. We are live and we are ready to go. We have the fantastic Mark with the C on with us tonight. Hey, Mark.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hey, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, to all the daddies.
Daddies.
I hope you get all the neckties and socks your heart desires.
Yes, sir.
Just
You're
sign
not-
up for a bespoke if you want to be disappointed with socks.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of the best videos ever.
Not
Link in
a
the description
sponsor.
below.
Not a sponsor. Coming up next, we have. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on. We have to do this.
Basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother.
That's right.
Yeah, contractually.
What's Gucci, my ninjas?
There you go. There you go. His name is Mad Mardigan. He's on the show. He is your host for the Wednesday night dump
Yeah.
here on Sporking News Podcast.
Yep.
How are you tonight?
Excellent. You know,
And now I guess you're also
living the life of a champion. You know,
yeah,
making
dude. You
memories
were
and
hosting what on Thursday?
shit. It's called Thursday Throwdown. Little channel called Comics Division.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, bro, yeah, I'll help you out, man. Like, I'll put it on my channel. You know what I mean? To give you that Matt Barber entertainment bump.
Right.
That mad bump,
And he
you know.
he got it, man. He got
Got a
it.
bump.
So that's
got
great.
A bump. Got him
I'm
over 100 likes.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
in the
it
middle
was
of
on
pulling
mine.
a hammy somehow. So
I mean, yeah.
stretching out my. I got the worst muscles in the world.
My favorite part of that show was when Comics Division came on and Matt's like, who the hell's that guy in the middle?
Yeah. Who's the little dwarf? Hey, Mr. Grant Gregory, what's up?
What's going on, everyone? Happy to be here for this Sunday morning dump.
Yeah, for you Australians, it's Sunday morning. And somebody who's on like no sleep, Mr. He knows everybody in the game, Culture Casino.
Hey, look, between me and Mark, you know, we probably know somebody. But hey, I'm glad to be here. I'm not going to be on the whole stream because I have not slept a whole lot. 3:45 a.m. Central was early, so I'm fading quick. Very good, Tina. Can't wait to see you in Orlando. There's our buddy Tom.
Come on, Tom, jump on.
Yeah, and wow, Dallas was incredible. I just have to say that. I hate to miss any of the streams that I'm on. So of course we popped into Thursday Throwdown. It was brilliant. Matt did a great job. If you get a chance, pop over to his channel, check it out. It was lovely. And you know what? And look, you are picking up here. You're picking up the slack on Wednesdays, Matt. Matt is an up and comer. You should love him.
He's a YouTuber's YouTuber.
Yeah, that's exactly. True. Yeah, all of the people who are YouTubers probably watch Mad.
He's our Norm Mad Donald.
Yeah,
he's a junior spork also.
Yeah, what he is he's like the humor. Thank you, Brent. I am Colanderhead. That's right.
I forgot about that. That was awesome.
But God, wow. There's going to be more found footage. I'm afraid in the future, so watch out for that. Yeah, I have to tell you, he is just, we steal from Matt. Don't let us fool you. Everything that we do is all from him.
Well, because you're only here for a short amount of time, Culture, I put a link in the private chat because I'm going to have to walk off this hammy pole. So you're going to read this article. Dude, I am hurting right now, but I'm a professional and I'm working through it. I am falling apart. So
hydrate, man. Hydrate.
Right now I'm drinking coffee, but I'm going to grab my drink.
Ripa, if you'd come to Dallas, you'd got to meet Ripa. He would have told you to hydrate.
Most likely. But we're going to be talking about Ezra Miller right now with Culture reading it. But we do have an official, well, it's really actually an official Mark with a C song, but we stole it. It is now a official dump song.
Ezra Miller's on the run. It's another day and it's another one. He's some serial groomer trash. Now, how can Warner Brothers sell the Flash? And I wonder, wonder.
That was
why?
Why? He ran away. Come on,
dude. Great video. Check out Mark with a C.
Dude, check out Mark with a C.
So I want everybody to know on this panel, we will, on this panel, we are going to start looking at your videos, finding funny moments, and we will play them on the dump. I think that's, if you guys don't mind, we're going to keep doing that because that was awesome, dude.
You're just going to play my entire streams that I do on my channel.
Yeah, sure, because you're...
It's, I can't even be mad because it's so absurd.
Absurd. That's the word I was looking for. All right, so you guys read this. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, sure. So from the Bro Bible, we have the story about Ezra Miller on the run and the repercussions because of that, as we just heard from Mark with the beautiful song. That was awesome, by the way.
It took the law to get Ezra to finally run proper.
That's right. Exactly. Wow. Wow. How long have you been saving that up? Was that an all-day one?
For like 30 seconds.
Oh, all right. Ezra Miller effectively...
on my own.
Okay, well, let me get through at least 2 paragraphs, please.
All right.
That's all I'm asking.
Steal it from the chat.
Ezra Miller, effectively fired from the DCEU as Warner Brothers has no plans to work with them in the future. Justice League star Ezra Miller has been embroiled in a number of legal issues and controversies this year. As a result, Warner Brothers now has no plans to work with the actor in the future. The Flash, which stars Miller in the titular role, isn't set to hit theaters until June of 2023. Ezra Miller has effectively been fired from the DCEU as Warner has no plans to work with the actor in the future, according to a report from Deadline. It's unclear how the studio will handle the rollout of The Flash in light of Miller's myriad of alleged issues.
Ooh, what happened?
I almost made it through 2 paragraphs. All I asked for 2 paragraphs.
Sorry.
What was it? Warner Brothers unsuccessfully tried to get Miller help, who has been arrested on various charges and accused of additional crimes in recent months.
So did they take him to choke a bitch out anonymous or something, or how did they give him help?
God. I don't know. Is that a thing? I know there's like different kinds of rehab. I didn't know choking people was a rehab, but
if they're pregnant.
Yeah, I don't know. So Ezra Miller effectively is fired from the DCEUs. Warner Brothers has no plans to work with them after The Flash. That's the sub-headline from earlier. So this is a direct quote from Deadline. There is no winning in this for Warner Brothers, one studio source tells us. This is an inherited problem for Zaslav. The hope is that the scandal will remain at a low level before the movie is released, and hope for the best to turn out. Sources said, even if no more allegations resurface, the studio won't likely keep Miller in the Flash role in the future DC films. That would mean replacing them in the future. I had to fix their article. But there is still a $200 million investment on the line with the first film, and Warner Brothers execs have to be cringing at each new press report. That was via Deadline. Thoughts? Anyone?
This thing is crashing and burning. There is no way that they can successfully market this. I mean, it looks like what they want to try to do is they want to try to see if this is going to die down in the public, to see if it's safe to release it and all that stuff. And, but if it stays like this, they got a mess, man. They got a big old mess.
I agree. Matt?
Yeah, I agree with Mark. Everything Mark said, I echo.
Okay. That's it?
I'm just wondering who's the next DCEU star to whose career's going to blow up.
Hi guys.
Between what's going on with Amber Heard, Amber Heard and this, it's not looking good for them.
No.
They got so much riding on these things. Oh, you might have heard. You didn't hear about what happened with
No, first I'm hearing of it.
And by the way,
we
have another visitor from a fictional place. It's Raging Rhino.
Hey! How you going?
Very well. Wow.
Better than
how's the narrative, Raging? How's the narrative?
Oh, hang on. If we're going to do that, let me do it properly. Talk amongst yourselves for a second.
All right, very good.
I won't be a sec.
All right.
My question is with this though, while I'm doing this.
Here's my point.
Did I miss? They're still releasing this movie, yeah?
Yeah.
How
Dude, they spent over $200 million on it. He's in 90% of it. They can't recast.
They can't.
I understand that. I understand, but with everything that's happened, and you see what's happened with some of the movies where, with Johnny Depp, the movies aren't doing all that great because people aren't going to see them because of what they've done, canceling the wrong people, basically.
Wait.
What do you think is going to happen with this?
I don't know. We're stepping actually on probably a very well-researched story by Midnight's Edge that'll be dropping here very soon.
Aren't they stepping on us by releasing it during?
Oh, 5 minutes. Wow, that kind of hurts. But what are you going to do?
That'll be fun.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Actually, Midnight's Edge could send them over here because we love them. We are an affiliate friend of Midnight's Edge.
Actually, you know
What's up, Flora?
We need to start doing that, having affiliates. Like Mark is an affiliate of, and we're affiliates of Mark. I like this.
We're all affiliates of each other.
Yeah, we could be like a pyramid scheme, only more fun.
Yeah, I would fill all of you. Affiliate.
Yeah, yes, I believe you.
Fillet what?
You would affiliate. You would affiliate all of us. What?
Speaking of being filled,
what?
Whoa. There it is. Fucked. So fucking fucked.
Oh, that's
Read the group chat. He has a valid point. Tom, you have a valid point. Read the group chat. He put it in there. I didn't read it. So thank you, though. But that's all right.
Star Wars is fucked.
Everything's fucked.
But you know what's not fucked?
No.
Storyman Jack. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. He is a channel member once again, and I appreciate that. He is a good man. He has a great channel. He's a writer.
He is.
He is one of those people.
I got to meet him in Dallas. He was in Dallas.
Oh, was he really? That's awesome. Yeah. He is one of those people that's when they said, well, then go write your own stuff. He said, okay, I will.
He said, okay.
Yeah. So please make sure you guys subscribe to Storyman Jack. Good dude. Thank you very much.
Hey, I just read in the super duper private Saturday dump chat that he's dropping a video. Tom's dropping a video in like 5 minutes. On this.
Oh, thanks for letting us know, Matt. Appreciate it.
Okay, so he might jump in after that drops. So I hope he does. All right, good.
But look, if you just make sure you open a separate tab, go to YouTube, mark the video, right? Because it's probably a premiere. So just mark it to watch later.
Yeah.
And then you'll be good.
Do they get credit for that? Credit?
I don't know. See, I'm trying to teach everybody how to do like raids because you can now do YouTube raids. I bet you didn't know that, right? And so, like, if a channel gives you permission to raid them, you can like send your audience over to like their premieres or their live streams and stuff.
The way they've done it though is so stupid. The
Wait,
way Twitch does it is so easy. You just click a button and bang, you're there. Whereas like this, you've got to jump through hoops. You know, sniff your own butt.
I knew nothing about this.
Explain it to me. Culture was like, okay, so you have to say that I can raid you, but you have to say that you raid me. See, if we both accept each other for raiding this, then we can raid each other. Like it's
all of that's true.
That makes no sense. Yeah,
but you have super chats you probably want to get to.
Well, we
rating.
There's a
we have one Storyman Jack for $5. He says, how do you become an affiliate? Is the application process easy? LOL. We love you, man.
Just involves one afternoon and a couch and a couch.
Yeah.
Speaking of easy,
you're an affiliate. Wow, easy.
Drunk 3PO for $1.99. Subscribe to Mark with a C.
Indeed.
Thank you for taking a second to come on my channel. Yeah, I do too.
So do I.
I absolutely do.
Much love, Drunk.
Much love. Thank you for being in my chat.
Drunk 3PO is having a hell of a week, man. I gotta tell you,
man.
He's having a hell of a year, man. Woo!
It's impressed.
Yeah,
I'm impressed. I literally was thinking about
Gina
sending
we
him.
said hi.
Yeah, right. Gina Carano, who has one of the top-rated movies on Rotten, or most watched movies on Rotten Tomato right now.
Desperately wanted to get a chance to meet her, but you know, I didn't.
Terror on the Prairie.
Terror on the Prairie, man. It's one of the top ones right now.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes. Where can we see that, guys?
Oh, over on the Daily Wire.
Yeah, the Daily Wire.
Sign up, become a subscriber of the Daily Wire, and you will be able to watch, in fact, just amazing entertainment with not a lot of political injection. There's this really interesting documentary that was just released. Maybe you've heard of it. It's What is a Woman?
Oh, it's a fantastic documentary.
Actually, I liked it.
Did you get to watch that, Mark?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, the insanity. Everyone needs to watch that.
Did you get an answer to that question?
Yet.
Oh, you have it?
No, not yet.
It's good.
I want to see
missed
it.
a member's gift.
And I also want to see
Eric,
on the Prairie.
Yeah, Eric K smashed you with a 5-member gift.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm
earlier
sorry.
in the stream. Yeah, because you were off like drinking or something.
No, I went off. Hey, look, let me just say this. Walking it off, you know, a little muscle rub and crying helps.
There's a game involved in that, isn't there? In your case, the crying game.
I did miss it. Where is it? Oh, there. Eric K, member for 2 months, gifted 5 Sporking News podcast memberships. So how do they find that, Mr. Grant Gregory?
Just underneath the thing, there should be a little button if you're one of the lucky ones that have been chosen.
At the top of the chat, correct?
At the top of the chat, yeah. It'll be just a little switch, and once you click that, it'll say, "Yep, you're now a member. You'll get all the perks as if you paid for it." And
I promise there'll be perks like next week.
Do you have to set that up for people to be able to gift members?
We actually
part of the alpha beta.
Yeah, we were part of the beta test thanks to Mr. Grant Gregory. 2 minutes before we went live, they just were like, "Okay, there you go."
Yeah, he really did a great job of getting that set up for me too.
God, you're such a crybaby. All right, read on.
The chat there. I'm just wondering though, why is this question stumping everybody? What is a woman? Like, why are people getting stumped on that?
Yeah,
like, that is ridiculous.
All I know is I really felt like a lot of people during the course of the documentary were incapable of answering the question.
Oh, lovely Sherry, you are a woman.
Well, yeah.
There's you know what it was right there.
I like the answer at the end from his wife. You know, that was perfect, and I just.
And she was making a sandwich.
From the clips that
like
I've seen, like it's, and he mentions it in the documentary about like a linear answer, right? Like you're not actually giving me an answer. I'm asking you what is a woman.
It's a
circular. Linear is from one to the other.
Sorry, that's man. I've just woken up. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, geometry.
He's Victorian. You can forgive him.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm anyway. But yeah, like every time that sort of thing comes up, it's like, guys, you're not listening to what Matt's saying here.
Right.
Like, what is a woman? oh, it's what you know, it's if you identify as a woman. Yeah, but what is that?
But what makes it?
That,
Yeah.
What is that thing that you're identifying as? Like, that's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And then there's people that want to end the interviews. Like, there's that chick when he brings up the
chemical castration drug.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
When I worked at the sex offender treatment facility, I knew they used that on 3 people that were there. The judge ordered, because they were sex offenders, and the judge ordered it because they were serial sex offenders. And it was the same exact drug. And I didn't realize that until that's what they're giving the kids. I was like, are you kidding me? They're giving kids that same drug. Like, if you can, I'm sorry, YouTube. This is my own personal feeling on it. I am not saying others should listen to me, but no. That's all I'm going to say. No.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right, let's
It's just a pause button. You know, it's like one of those things. Like,
it pauses my.
Oh, pause the movie. Pause the music.
Yeah.
Pause the puberty.
Talking about offenders, Ezra Miller. He's had quite a few couple weeks.
Yeah. To continue on.
Yeah.
As was reported earlier this month, replacing Miller without reshooting the entirety of The Flash isn't possible. That's true. If Miller does get fired from the DCEU, it'll mean that just 2 of the original Justice League actors will still be in the franchise. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman and Jason Momoa's Aquaman.
How much longer for Jason Momoa, too?
Which is so ridiculous because the casting was pretty much like spot on. You know, Ben Affleck as Batman was pretty fucking good.
Yep.
You know, everyone can agree that the casting for Henry as Superman is perfect.
Right. I love him as Superman.
Except for Ezra. Like, you could take Ezra out and be like,
yeah, always do. Wait, Rhino, this is the joke. You can always do better than Ezra. Okay.
Band 90s.
Hey, I've got a meme based on him too. See the cup?
Oh.
You want to fight?
Oh, we can. Our producers
Hold on, let me blow you up.
Yeah.
It's Charles choking me.
Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Wow, dude, you know what? Look at all the merch you can get from Raging Rhino. Folks, go check out Raging Rhino's store. Dude has merch like a maniac.
It sells nothing.
I know. I sold my first shirt last week. I don't know if one of you people in the chat are one of them, but thank you for buying it. 70 people.
He came just in time to actually choke me out. And
that's great. We got 71 people in the chat, 73. Please hit that like button. We're at 44 likes. We're going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show you the intro to my new Monday show. Mr. Grant Gregory did a phenomenal job. Yeah. So I just want to play that real quick. But, yeah, I don't know what to... This guy, like, is it more cost-effective to just shelf this and take the loss and maybe do direct-to-TV thing instead of all the marketing?
I think you take it to streaming at this point. I don't know. Look, I mean,
release it some way.
The best approach I heard from Script Doctor was that they break it up. They take Ezra out of everything and they break it up into bits with just the co-stars, and they try to like web series the shit out of it and
together.
Yeah, look, you got to go watch the Midnight's Edge video because they're going to do a great job exposing it. Yeah, don't go now. But yeah, thank you, Tom. I love Tom.
Yeah, Tom, maybe when you come on later, we could jump back into it and you could explain why they can't go like straight. It must be some type of deal they have, but
well, it's how much it also costs to make this damn thing. They need to make something back from it. Even if they can at least break even.
But what I'm saying is this DC is HBO Max now. So why can't they go direct to HBO Max like they did with quite a few other things during the vid?
Because it's still $200 million. They're not going to make $200 million back on streaming.
You think they're going to make it back in the movies, Mark?
They've got a chance with the normies out there.
I hope not.
I'm asking Mark.
I really hope not. I think it would be a sick sign of the times if people actually went and supported this movie and sat there and watched this psychopath up on the big screen with their kids.
Yeah.
Now I understand what the studio is going through because I think this is supposed to jumpstart everything right from here.
The next thing.
It's not just this is a one shot. This like Aquaman or something like that. This is supposed to have so much attached to it. So 90%. They're in a bind. But for the rest of us, it should be a no-brainer. You know, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to, you know, sit there with my son and watch some
But
crap
Mark,
like
you're
this.
you're the exception. That's the thing. You got to understand the brain of the normies. They don't give a crap about that. Half of them probably don't even know. They're just going to go there because they like the Justice League and the Flash was in it, and the Flash is in another movie. That's
And they're
plain and
gonna
simple what
market
it's going to
it.
be to most people.
And they're going to market it with Michael Keaton,
Yep.
and they're going to market it that way, and they're going to appeal to the normies. The normies will go and see it. The normies will make this movie break even. The hardcore fans and the people that are paying attention won't go and see it because they know what they're watching.
Oh, Tom says we can play it on this stream. Is that what you?
I wouldn't do that.
Well, it's his. It's his. He would have to be the one that
He
stops
says
us.
this has hit the mainstream. Just watch it on the stream. No, man, we don't want to kill your audience.
I mean, it's up.
The story has hit the mainstream.
Yeah, he wrote that too.
The normies know is what he's saying.
Yeah, the normies were worried.
I think that they may be relying on a lot of people to be able to separate the art from the artist. You know what I mean?
And
like
people don't do that
those
anymore.
people that are like, okay, I'll go see a Gina Carano movie, even though I don't agree with her political opinions. Like, that's so dumb. You should really get support films that has everyone in there that you know act the way that you think people should act and have the same political views as you. That's the way it should be, guys.
He says, I think 70 people isn't going to kill us.
You know what? We can watch it for sure. I mean, that would definitely
Someone bring it up.
Yeah.
And Mark, while Mark's talking, someone find that.
Okay.
No, I was going to say I can certainly agree with that, man. I'm one of those people. I can separate the art, you know, from the artist and everything, but not the criminal from the art. You know, that's a little bit different. It's like when you know that somebody is like really a scuzzball and everything.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit difficult to support because, you know, I'm paying out money for that. Like political, I could deal with that. Your political leanings, even Mel Gibson, shit.
Mel
Gibson has not
kind of the
like
difference between Jack Sparrow, for example. We know that Johnny Depp is an alcoholic and a drug addict or a drug user and all of that kind of thing, but we can still separate him from the character as opposed to
Bryan Singer, another one. I'm sure we're not gonna watch any of his movies.
I was just saying, way back, the original cancel guy, Mel Gibson. I was just making that point. He hasn't always been complimentary towards, you know what I mean. But I love Lethal Weapon movies. I love Mad Max. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just think the dude was just pissed off and all that stuff.
He was an addict. He was a drunk.
I'm not that sensitive. But he wasn't breaking laws and shit.
All right.
All right, so we're going to watch this because we have gotten the right by Tom. Thank you very much, Tom, to watch this amazing Midnight's Edge premiering right now on Sporking News Podcast. I'm digging this new one. The new intro.
I clipped that, by the way, Culture. Thank you.
This video is sponsored by Noble Gold.
Can we get in trouble
After
for that?
a few days of the media cycle being centered on these...
Who's Noble Gold?
I don't know. We'll talk about it later.
I thought we were going to EFAP it, so we're not stealing.
Oh yeah, okay, EFAP it. What is Noble Gold? It's some type of...
They actually handle physical
fapping?
gold investment for people who are interested in doing so. They're professionals. Really? You always want to, whenever you're in and I'm not a financial planner by any sense, but you know, it's been my experience, and I was told by people that I trust that employing somebody who actually knows what they're doing when it comes to physical commodities, good conversation to have. Noble Gold, that's one of them.
Dude,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I just think you should have like 100 freaking sponsors because you have the sponsor voice culture.
Well, thank you.
I really do. I believe that. All right, we'll move on.
After a few days of the media cycle being centered on the starlet of the upcoming DC movie Aquaman 2 defaming JD some more, thereby opening the doors to a brand new lawsuit.
Going with Freddy Krueger?
Yeah, that's interesting.
I like it because that scene made me not want to sleep in a bed for a while when he got pulled through. Scared the bejesus out of me as a kid.
Similar thing happened to me with Erie, Indiana. If you remember that show, the episode where their friend had all the headgear, the new braces or whatever, and he could hear dogs talk, and they were talking about taking over the world. I wouldn't go near my own dog for days.
Hey, Fatal Attraction did that for a lot of guys too.
Yeah. Also, Children of the Corn.
Fatal Attraction stopped people going near their dogs?
No,
I was going to say that.
Cats? Cats?
It was a bed. Or their bunnies. I don't know. One of the two.
Huh.
Was that Basic Instinct? I don't remember.
What?
Oh, he's been in 2 Freddy movies. I don't know if a lot of people know that.
Who?
Johnny Depp.
Thank you for that fact that just come up randomly in your head and definitely not in the
Just-
chat.
Man, these things just pop out sometimes. You know?
I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Yeah, dude, our chat is on fiber.
Yeah. No.
On
Okay.
Fiverr?
I guess they're on fiber. Guys, that's good. 88 people in the chat. You guys are amazing. We got some awesome people out there. We are ripping off Midnight's Edge because we're allowed to. We're allowed to.
Completely ripping them out.
Here we go.
Was handed back to the starlet of another upcoming DC movie, namely
And
The
what?
Flash.
Look at him. He is the worst Flash ever. God, I want to headbutt him.
You know, a lot of the stuff that he wears is 3D printed.
I could see that. A lot of the stuff she wears is whorish. Let's go on.
You see, Ezra Miller, who is currently on the run from the law, has seemingly decided to up the
Looks like his face was 3D printed.
Who's that chick?
That's Ezra Miller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, interesting that they have the sallow sunken cheek thing going.
Yeah,
on
what's
there,
up with
right?
that? Is he sucking
that-
in?
Is that his
I-
wax figurine? From...
You can't. I don't even know if I could do that. I mean, I think he's trying to pretend he has high cheekbones. He does not.
He has a
So-
jawline though. Jeez.
Oh yeah, no, he looks like a freaking, what do you call him, Funko Pop. I mean, that's
I would have used the other F word, like freak.
oh well,
do you
no,
think-
that's not very nice. Why would
Do you think
say?
Dracula wore it better? Better than Ezra?
no,
Back to that.
No,
Nailed
I
it.
think
Original, came up with it on my own.
Angelica Houston did it better
Ah,
in
it
Adam's
was good.
Family, actually.
It
Rob
was
Zombie's
good.
at
You've actually got to listen to what's
no,
being
not Adam's
said.
Family.
Okay, yeah, that would
Yeah,
be
let's
fun.
listen.
That's
Yeah,
the
just
point.
for a change.
Yes.
the ante from merely hurling chairs at Hawaiian women. The stakes have now
Wait,
been
this-
raised
stop.
enough that
Oh,
Warner have been
jeez.
forced to
Mad Fap.
Oh,
Alright, man,
Yeti.
fapping. Yep.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Did you see the little skulls that he was wearing? Now I'm wondering if they're real.
You know, shrinking skulls isn't a thing, right?
It's the
No,
E
not
dump.
here in
they
the
are
States, no.
If the skulls start off to be very small to begin with, then you don't have to.
Yeah, no, but
They is a strange them.
well,
This is the E dump.
the
chairs
what?
at
It's the E dump.
Hawaiian women. The stakes have now been raised enough that Warner have been forced to act. In this video then, I will begin by briefly looking into what Ezra has been
Looks
up
normal.
to as of late, how Warner now has responded, and finally, I'll explore the ramifications of the different options available to them.
Okay, so maybe
But first,
Why is the D the only thing that's small case in that? Sorry, that just bothered me.
where? Which
Wait,
dude?
what's up?
Responds.
Oh, right here. Yeah. That maybe they're sending us a message.
Oh, because he wants the D.
Yeah, Ezra better than Ezra.
of the different options
Everybody's
available
better
to
than
them.
Ezra.
But first, with inflation now at 8.5%
Ouch.
and maybe
This
higher,
is the
don't you
commercial.
think you need to be smarter with your
Oh,
money?
okay, let's,
You need it
Noble
What does that
Gold.
have to do with Ezra?
2 months. Ezra Miller has been the scourge of Hawaii.
What is
He's been
happening?
arrested
How did he do that to
multiple
his
times.
face?
Makeup.
What? No, bro. That's not how makeup works. It doesn't
Yeah,
give you extra
I don't
eyes.
think you could get extra eyes from makeup unless that's some eyeball lash stuff.
It's makeup.
Nailed that one.
Thanks, bro.
I could.
Oh, okay. Wait. I think
Yeah,
I see
I
it
saw
now.
the video when they were
Oh,
applying.
okay. So that really
Yeah.
is makeup. Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
Scourge of Hawaii. He's been arrested multiple times following numerous what you might call negative encounters between
Can I just ask one thing?
Sure.
Hawaii is really, really, really,
Hawaii.
really Hawaii is really well known for its methamphetamine,
Yeah.
ice, broken glass, and it just seems it makes you do really, really, really dumb things. Just keep an eye on his teeth. Let's see if he has any left.
Oh, watch the jaw too. Like, if he moves his jaw back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
him and locals, especially of the female persuasion, based on his penchant for hurling chairs at them, body slamming them, and choking them. One might surmise that Ezra must have some issues with women,
Hey, it's an ad for
unless
my
they
merch.
are under
He hates his mom.
Yeah, I hate her too.
Yeah. like this guy's supposed to be a person of the women, of the others and he's beating up women. Like, is it because he is of them? He could beat them up and not get in trouble for being like a man beating up women. Is that?
I think so.
Well, that's how he would see it. Yes, he would see that he's not a man, so by default, if he beats a woman, there's nothing wrong with that.
Because he's fluid.
Wait a minute. I've worked out the thing. What is a woman? And Ezra's answer is anyone that I can attack.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, he's got umbrella coverage. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. God.
What's his name from Clownfish TV?
Neon.
His
Neon.
his name's Neon, by the way. Kanan.
Neon. Yeah.
Yeah, Kanan was saying earlier that his theory is that he's only using it as coverage, or like
protects
whenever
him.
he's right. Because like if you saw the body footage, which we did, and we mad fapped here, you know what I mean. He's very male presenting.
Yeah, but
any other time,
yeah.
And the people that he does his almost Heaven's Gate like cult recruiting for,
Which is freaky, dude.
Are also very female presenting.
Does anybody else get like a Manson vibe from him?
Oh yeah,
like a wannabe Manson.
Yeah. No, man. This dude's straight up Heaven's Gate.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know enough of his story right now because I just shake my head.
He's just Hollywood. He's just Hollywood. I'm telling you, that's what they do.
He's carrying out a new Kool-Aid at the end of the year, though.
I'm sorry, Matt. Did you say Heaven's Gate?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. So sometimes people talk over other people and I can't hear.
I don't agree with that culture.
You know what I think it's like? Heaven's Gate. You remember them?
Ooh, good
Dude,
one.
that's a really good point.
They all chopped themselves up and got bowl cuts.
Didn't?
That is not what happened.
Yeah, they did. They chopped off their manhoods and they got bowl cuts, and then they took whatever and they put blankets over their faces and they waited for the goddamn comet to come around.
Well,
Dude, UFO.
But at least they were orderly about it because their sneakers were neatly stacked next to their bunk beds. And
they were very neat about it.
Yeah. Did you know that their website is still operational, like to this day?
Really? Mad fact. All right.
Well, they're operating it from the spaceship, I bet.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have great Wi-Fi.
They do.
They're aliens.
In which case he would appear to be quite fond of them, which if anything makes matters worse. In the recent weeks, we have learned of, I have to be careful with how I phrase this, because this is the kind of thing this platform really clamps down upon. So let's just say it has been suggested that he is serving as something of a life coach for a female who is now 18, but he's been giving her gifts and taken her on trips since she was...
Wait a minute. You got to hear this part. This is the important part.
Life coach for a female who is now 18, but he's been giving her gifts and taken her on trips since she was 12.
12. 12. Just because they're celebrity parents doesn't mean you could trust them with your children. Just
like that's the fault of the parents as well, like big time. What the fuck is wrong with you?
So I'm going to tell you a quick
12-year-old to this weirdo.
Look, I was at my wife and I with our one of our daughters and our son. We're going to a carnival today. There was a man dressed all in black looked like a bum. He looked like a bum. I don't give a crap what anybody says. I was profiling. He looked like a bum. Walking, he had his hood up, so I couldn't even see what the guy looked like, but he's walking with a little girl screaming, help me, let me go, help me. And no one's acting. No one's moving. So I walk up to the carnival. I said, are you somebody who works here? Get the police. And I followed the dude down the road. I just walked after him just to keep an eye to make sure the cops knew where he went. Turned out he was like an uncle or something like that. But so many people were just whatever, a kid getting pulled off screaming help. No one even bats an eye.
Dude, we saw that video on Generation Hope.
Kinda, except it was a black dad with a white son, and they were on the swings, and this Karen comes up and is like, "Oh my God, where are your parents? Are you okay?" And
no, this wasn't like a black guy. It was a white kid, but it was a white dude too. But I couldn't even. He just looked like a scumbag.
So, okay, well, this one was worse.
Like the kid dropped his shoe and he just kept going. He threw the kid over his shoulder. Like it was just, the kid was freaking screaming for help. I'm sorry, if a kid's screaming for help, I'm going to ask what the hell's going on. And if I look like an asshole for that, because you're black, green, purple, white. I don't give a shit who you are. I'm looking after that kid because I worked with sex offenders, and it's disgusting what they do with children. And I will never allow that to happen in front of me, ever. So I'll make myself look like an ass. Sorry. All right.
Thank
you, Mark. I knew
but
you
it
would
gets
get it.
even worse because he is apparently also positioning himself to serve as a life coach for yet another
Can you pause
female
here? 'Cause
who
we
is
do have a super
currently.
chat.
Oh my.
And also, can anyone do that?
No, that's impossible. That's some Illuminati
I can't get them together.
Whoa, that's fucking close, bro. Like
I got it.
That's the closest I've ever seen anyone
I got
do
it.
Yeah.
Rhino,
That's
you're
weird. You
from
may
a
be
weird part of the world. Can you
non-binary,
do it?
Scott.
I might be.
Scott. Yeah, you may be non-binary.
Awesome. Well, not as good as me. No,
man.
no.
I
Hold on.
I can't get my
like. Be
fingers
careful. Be
together.
careful. You don't know what that hand
Yeah,
sign means.
I could be given like
someone,
the okay sign.
Someone will screen grab you, and there
Yeah.
you are. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
You got a
It's like
valid point.
Rhino's not non-binary, but he is gender curious according to the closeness he
finger
could get with
touching.
his. Yeah.
Oh, is
break-
that what
that
that
test.
is?
Breaking news: Raging Rhino's channel just got canceled.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking stupid!
Best part is he's wearing the exact same clothes.
Dude, you act better than Moses Ingram.
Hey, so how many t-shirts do you own right now?
Oh, we got the man.
I got a few, but
Hey,
What's up, Tom?
Sunday morning, I don't fucking care.
What's up, Tom?
Hello.
How you doing?
G'day,
Guys, 85 people watching. Tom is here now. Midnight's Edge. Hit the like button because we don't have 85 of them.
Hopefully I brought some more with me, but
Yeah,
Hey,
you're the
Tom,
best, Tom.
Hey, Tom,
Thank you
have
so
you
much.
seen this video? It's quite informative.
no, yeah, I watched it already. You guys didn't though, because you're
We're
still
trying,
sitting here
dude.
pausing every 2 seconds.
Okay, well, Storyman Jack for $5 says her parents are activists and probably leapt at the opportunity to give him their little girl. That's scary, Storyman. That is scary, but it's probably true.
Or this is what actually went into my head. I actually thought that the parents know that he's a weirdo. Thought that in the future there could be a lawsuit where they could make some money out of it, and they thought they'd try and make money out of their kid.
You never know.
They're that fucking hollow. These people are so hollow. They got no soul.
Just like the Earth.
Yeah, yes,
All
it
they
is.
think about is like the asset. What's the benefit? It makes me sick.
I think we reached an aluminum spork moment right there.
Oh, we'll get there with the aluminum spork. I want to watch the rest of this
It
video.
made me really insecure about my t-shirt.
Okay,
I
so
think I
let's
changed.
not
Yeah,
interrupt.
Tom's here now. We got to play it.
Tom's here, so yeah, go.
12, and the parents are none too pleased about it. For this, the authorities would like to have a little chat with him, but they can't seem to find him because he conveniently went on a really urgent vacation to an undisclosed location without telling anyone where he was going. So yeah, if he wanted to take some heat off of Amber Heard, he at the very least succeeded in that.
So if you guys caught this man has
Where
two
things get
protection
dicey.
orders
Different.
against him now.
Two different now,
Two
right?
different ones against him now, yes.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
And the latter of which is an actual 12-year-old and their mother who brought it forward. And in that article, they actually get into specifics
That's crazy.
about what happened. And it's a fucking crazy interaction they had with him.
We'll have to bring up that article. What article
Well,
was
it
it?
came in the Daily Beast originally, and then Bounding into Comics did a breakdown of it because the Daily Beast is like you got to have a subscription.
Okay,
to
I'll
read it
find
usually, so.
that one. All right, thank you.
And by they, I mean Toby Emmerich and Ann Sarnoff, who were the ones running Warner at the time. Oh, they fired JD from Fantastic Beasts readily enough, but with Ezra, there was silence, even when there was actual video making the rounds of him attacking a female fan.
Learn it? Did you want to fight? Is that the deal?
Whoa, bro.
Fight?
I've heard some rumors suggesting that they were afraid to act because Ezra identifies as a stunning and brave non-binary. And so there were concerns that activists would rally against Warner on Twitter and accuse them of bigotry if they were to do anything, and so nothing was done. Ezra was allowed to continue to do what he does, all while being put in Fantastic Beasts and the $200 million movie The Flash, where he reportedly acted like a loon on set, but still portrayed 3 different versions of The Flash and is in damn near every scene of the movie. Throughout all of this, everything Ezra did was seemingly tolerated, all while it became increasingly clear that his issues became more and more apparent, let's say.
I was going to wear
the
that
one
tonight.
who has to deal with them now is the new boss, David Zaslav.
You would have worn
One of the
better.
first things David Zaslav did when he took over was to fire Ansarnov. A few weeks later, Toby Emmerich was gone too, and good riddance to both of them. While Zack Snyder was the one who initially cast both Ezra and Amber in the first place, he at the very least can claim he did not know how nuts they were at the time. Sarnoff and Emmerich have no such excuse, because they continued putting them in huge blockbusters even after it should have been plainly obvious that they were both liabilities. As a result, and as we have covered before, Amber Heard will probably be removed from Aquaman 2 in post-production and replaced with another actress in reshoots. Although this has not yet been announced. The far bigger problem though is Ezra Miller's Flash, and now there has been a response from Warner, of sorts. Warner has never made any kind of official statement on Ezra Miller. What they have done, however, is ensure that their position is known by way of some strategic leaks to well-placed publications. More than 2 weeks ago, on June 2nd, so before the most recent news involving former and current 12-year-old girls were known, Variety wrote, "Barring unforeseen developments, sources say," nice hedge there, "Warner's is battling ahead with the intention to give the superhero film the full blockbuster treatment. The Flash simply cost too much money to scrap the project entirely, and it likely will not generate the revenues needed to turn a profit without playing in theaters."
There it is.
Hold that thought for later, because those 12-year-old girls just might qualify as unforeseen developments.
Now let me ask you, Tom, because when this broke, Warner, did they know about the 12-year-old? I know it came out in the news later, but
this stuff is all just more recent. This article that Andre is referring to now, which kind of confirmed or at least added weight to the stuff that I'd been saying and we've been reporting for the last few months. Like I said, I think I originally said something similar to this back in April. Because what had happened was, and Andre, I think, mentioned it here, but he didn't really get into the logistics of it, of how they've been looking at other actors to play the Flash, but it's for future projects. This was them hedging their bets that he would behave between now and the dropping of the film, so that going forward they would have a new Flash, but they would still be able to release this film. Okay. Now there's, and they actually, put out in the press, oh no, there's no recasting of the Flash going on. He's going to be in this movie. And this was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
That people had put out there that, oh no, we're still making, the Flash is still going forward with Ezra Miller and all that kind of stuff. And at that time, we had said the same thing, is that at this moment, yes, they're planning on releasing that movie as is, but right after that movie gets released, don't be surprised if they announce that going forward, this Dylan O'Brien kid or this other guy is going to be playing the Flash. And I think Andre does mention it here, but he doesn't get into the...
Dylan O'Brien would be great. Well, he would be great.
That's been the for the front runner anyway.
Yeah, I would say he would be
man,
great.
I still think that kid that's on the actual TV show.
Oh, no, he's good. Don't get me wrong, but Dylan O'Brien's
he's too old,
a good actor.
and he doesn't have the following.
I know, but he's still better.
Yeah, I don't know.
But going back in time to this article, it continues that for a theatrical release to happen, Miller would need to be on their's best behavior. And that's a big question, because so far Miller has been dragged by one controversy after another, leaving collaborators concerned about the actor's welfare. Again, here it should be emphasized that this was before the 12-year-olds. Even at that point though, the powers that be at Warner were obviously expecting more shenanigans. And behind the scenes, they were already weighing their options, all while deflecting in public. Case in point, by way of Variety, Warner deflected in this very article from June 2nd saying, "Since the controversy surrounds Miller and not the movie itself, some DC fans wondered if Grant Gustin, who plays the title character in the ongoing and unrelated CW series The Flash, would be recast in the big screen version, only to instantly shoot it down. With The Flash, do it at 1.25 insiders say
speed.
It would not be possible to replace Miller without reshooting the entire movie. They is in just about every scene, and there is not enough digital technology in existence to configure that magic without going back to square one. and redoing the entire film is not a realistic proposition for any movie, much less one that wrapped production months ago and already cost hundreds of millions. This is in line with what we reported way back on April 16th, which is now being confirmed by the trades. But back then, we reported something else as well. Namely, that they were already looking for a new Flash to take over the role from the next movie onwards. And not only that they were considering introducing this next Flash already in this movie, by way of multiverse hopping shenanigans. That way, they would be able to salvage most of what has been filmed with Ezra already, all while introducing a new Flash in the process. We also reported that Grant Gustin was not considered for the role. Sam Claflin, however, was rumored to be one contender. And 3 weeks later, on May 9th, Screen Geek reported something that my colleague Tom also already had heard, namely that Dylan O'Brien was another contender.
Yeah, you said
and remember,
that a while ago.
all of this is before the most recent revelations. The problem they face now, though, is that even if they introduce a new Flash towards the end of the movie, Ezra would still be in the bulk of it, and as long as he is in it, the movie might now be unreleasable. The movie is still a year away. Who knows what other skeletons will be uncovered from Ezra Miller's closet between now and then. Returning to current events, Warner still haven't made any official statements, but they have continued their policy of communicating their position by way of leaks. In a June 17th article, so now we are after the 12-year-old girls and Ezra being on the run, Deadline Hollywood writes, even though it isn't on the Warner Brothers release calendar until June 23rd of 2023, The Flash is becoming Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav's first movie crisis. Because of the escalating coverage of incidents of volatile and odd behavior involving the film star Ezra Miller. Zaslav will soon have to make a decision of what to do with the completed picture that is The Flash, and what to do with the young actor who appears to have serious offset issues. Deadline has heard the studio has tried getting help for Miller, but the troubling headlines continue to pile up. Should you send a potential liability on a global publicity tour and have the actor anchor a huge studio franchise play? Zaslav has several choices, and he will make one of them soon. Among them, he can pull back on heavily promoting the summer 2023 film, confining it to some P&A and no publicity tour.
Yeah.
Or
He can't make an appearance, can he? Because
No.
that means the authorities will just find him and serve him, and he's
only in countries there's no extradition, maybe. Like, I don't know.
Here's the thing. Yeah, this whole finding him help and stuff, this was prior to this, right?
Okay, yeah.
This was all leading up to this. Because remember when all this time we're going, well, they got to be doing something. They evidently were trying. And remember when I said he had kind of cut, it seems like he had kind of cut everybody off?
Yes.
Like, and not only that, those who probably were there for the money were gone. Those who are, kind of like the Amber situation, where those who were his actual friends at that point had kind of like turned away from him because they had been done dealing with him. And who knows what he has done. He probably hasn't been in contact with any of his agents or managers. I'm sure he's lost his phone or whatever, Lord knows, to where he's ignoring anybody else's phone calls or any interventions whatsoever. Right. I mean, he's been in and out of jail a couple times since then, but now we have no idea where he is. Right. And Andre didn't get into this, but he posted a few things on Instagram.
Instagram, right.
And then deleted his Instagram, but that was the day before he got the second.
Yeah, he on Instagram, he was like, you won't find me because I'm in another universe.
See, it makes me wonder if he already knew this second one was coming.
Right.
So, anyway.
What a freak.
Yeah. He can relegate it to streaming with HBO Max and take a write-down. Or lean in toward making the movie a hit and then drop Miller if they can straighten things out. There is no winning in this for Warner Brothers, one studio source tells us. This
say that?
is
What do you say, Mark?
That wasn't me.
My bad.
Although I will say, I was wondering, is it possible that they're hiding him? Like, he's just not out there on his own? I was wondering about that. Is it possible
I'm sure he's being aided by somebody, but I doubt it's Warner Brothers or any studio or I can guarantee anybody who's related to Hollywood who wants to save any kind of face with this kid at this point, especially with these newest allegations, they're probably trying to encourage him to turn himself in.
Yeah.
Because at this point, it's just a protection order. He hasn't gotten charged with anything other than they're just trying to serve him with these two protection orders, which are basically what do you call them?
Well, his actions after this certainly make him look guilty.
They're just a form of a restraining order.
Restraining order. That's the word I was looking for. I couldn't either. Yeah. So that's all they are at this point. But being that this other girl, the accusations that, there was no actual contact made, it's just more so that the fact of the things that he said added onto the other accusations that are already out there. Mm-hmm. Things are starting to pile up, as they point out here. That's the thing you're getting. And now it went from you know, yeah, he was choking some people and throwing chairs and acting out, and something you could probably clean up a little bit with an apology tour.
You know,
exactly.
Like
you could get him on Oprah or something like that and do an apology tour, as opposed to this has gotten a little too deep. Like they can't get behind this anymore. No matter what kind of help he gets.
All of the things that's going on around him with the hand signs and the one-eye symbolism, and, you know, standing in front of triangles and all that stuff. Clearly, this man is plugged in. You know what I mean? Like, he's involved in this Hollywood underworld thing. So I seriously, like, I wonder if he's just out there on his own, doing his own thing, or whether he's just bubbled up to the top of something that's been hidden in plain sight that we're just not supposed to see as normal people.
Right.
You know, so they got to find a way to put a lid on this thing. But all that grooming and stuff, that's what that town is built
known for. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's built
but
on.
This is what we're also starting to see in, like, you know, with that parade thing, drag your kids to Pride. Like, that disgusted me.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be this thing that, you know, it's now starting to roll into the culture where it's okay. And this is how culture is grown and born.
Well, I got to say something, because someone pointed out to me, and I haven't said it in a while, and I respect him for reaching out to me, DM. I'm not going to say who it was. Look, I am against Pride Month for what it stands for now. Am I against gay LGBTQ people? No. Majority of them are, I just met two granddads. They were amazing human beings. Oh, look who's here. Andre, what's going on, sir?
Hey, greetings.
Greetings.
I checked out your stream and I heard myself.
Yes. Tom gave us the okay, but we're watching some of your
busted.
Video. Yeah, busted. Oh God, 100 people watching. Please go make sure you watch this.
No, I told them they might as well just watch the premiere. I don't think
I appreciate it.
It's going to bug us that much.
But
oh no, not at all. It's completely fine. I was like, well,
no, thank you for being here. Let's
perfectly informed.
Let's play. There's a little bit left in this, and then let's ask you a couple questions about this, because it's disgusting. It's disgusting what this kid's getting away with at the moment.
Inherited problem for Zaslaw, says a source close to Zaslaw who is named David Zaslaw. The hope is that the scandal will remain at a low level before the movie is released, and hope for the best to turn out. In Zaslaw's plan to make DC an explosively successful division like Marvel under his newly structured studio, with its own boss, the non-binary identifying Miller, we hear is simply not a part of those plans going forward in the future universe, regardless if there are more allegations or not. The rest of the article repeats the accusations against Ezra, which I cannot detail here, but they obviously serve as a total career assassination and further serves to underline the point that Warner is done with him. The gist of Deadline Scoop, though, confirms our earlier reporting by way of Mikey Sutton's Geekosity magazine, namely that while it has yet to be decided exactly what to do about this movie, Ezra is gone after it, no matter what. That leaves the question, though, what to do about this movie?
That's my question.
Man, I just can't help but
stream
think,
it.
I just can't help but think, like, this just goes to show how much Hollywood has invested in the wrong people.
Yeah.
You think about Disney with Gina Carano, and like they're just getting rid of all the decent talent, the good talent, but also the level-headed people. And all they're invested in is these psycho, crazy fucking people, and they're putting them on the screen. And then when it all comes crumbling down, they're gonna lose out.
I can almost guarantee you that that's why Toby Emmerich was fired when he was.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. Because here's like the thing. He was never going to be long with the company, but he could easily have been there 6 months to a year while Zaslaw got everything sorted out, while he learned the ropes, while he found the permanent replacement. But here's like some cool things that we heard behind the scenes that is not in this video, but we've said them in others. Apparently, what happened was that before this most recent thing, and before the chair throwing incident, it was like literally just a couple of days before the chair throwing incident. Apparently, Zaslaw was hopping mad, and he was blaming Emmerich, because he was like the one holdover. He was like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why did you not fire this guy? Why do you have to give me this problem? And And Emmerich, he was like, no, don't worry about it. I guarantee he's going to be on his best behavior. I personally guarantee there will be no more. Now it's all out. I've spoken with him. It's going to be fine. And less than 24 hours later is when he was holding again for throwing a chair at that woman.
Bruh,
and
that's crazy,
since Emmerich really had put himself in a position of this is on me and I guarantee I vouch for him, and then he went and he did this.
That's crazy.
This is why Emmerich was fired just weeks later.
Right.
And that he was going to be fired anyway, but he wasn't going to be fired this soon.
But the Amber situation in this one sped it up. Yeah.
But Amber brings to my point as well. These studios keep investing in the wrong people, and they just, and it's all because of the activist, all because of the Me Too.
From a public, from an optics situation, especially when you're trying to feed into a leftist media, of course you're going to get behind Amber Heard. Of course you're going to get behind Ezra Miller. Yeah. But at this point now you got a new daddy in the house. And he's got to make some decisions. And I just said it in the chat too, with some of the things that are going on lately with a lot of this in their community. I believe there's going to be a civil war soon, and I don't mean like an actual physical civil war, but I mean like a verbal civil war.
People finally willing to stand up.
Public civil war in the LGBTQ community, because you're starting to see it. You're seeing a lot of folks saying that you have a lot of the wrong type of people trying to hijack our movement.
Yes.
And there was one funny thing that was pointed out was like, the whole gay pride thing last week. The one thing that was missing was gay men.
Right.
Like it's like gay men are now the new cis of the gay community, and it's gonna come to a head here pretty soon.
I'm so glad
many reports of that, of like writers and stuff like that who are gay and who've always been able to say like, proud member of this and that community, and now suddenly, exactly as Tom said, they're the new cis white male.
Yes,
they're not gay enough.
Exactly.
Not even if you're moderate.
Now,
not even if you're
trans
moderate.
is the new gay.
Because they'll like to throw like you're this-ophobe or that-ophobe because they won't necessarily date trans men. Right? Or certain other things. So you're already having a lot of infighting. And this is going to blow up into this mess. And this is where leading to this part is, yes, Ezra has been protected by the media. In fact, you go back and try to find a lot of reporting on him choking that woman, you'll find more of it brought up now than you will when it actually happened, because it's almost like it's been scrubbed from when it actually happened. You won't even find what actually came of it.
Right.
So at that point, I had posited, or at least speculated, and I think it's more than obvious that somebody higher up or some more powers that be, whether it's Warner Brothers, certain people in the media, have gone out of their way to protect this guy previously. But now, as we've heard, like it's gotten to a point where you can't protect it anymore. And the last chapter of this video gets into what do they do here from here.
Okay.
You can't afford to. Well, I mean, it's almost over, so we can just kind of sum it up. You can't. You don't really have to watch the rest of it, but it's like you can't afford to dump it on HBO Max. That's just not going to work. Even if he's in it, it still has this stench. That's the problem you have now. Is it has him in it no matter what you do, so you have to remove him some way, somehow, which means they're going to have to, and I think Andre said this pretty much verbatim, you're going to have to sink another $100 million into reshooting this thing.
Right.
That's
so
all there is to it.
A new Flash comes out.
You just bring in Dylan O'Brien and reshoot him in all 3 fucking roles. You have no choice, or whoever it is you decide.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to Back to the Future this thing, and that's the only way they're going to be able to bring any money back, because you have another problem here. You have Michael Keaton to appease, because this also sets up at least 3 to 4 future films. Now we're hearing that Michael Keaton might even be in Aquaman 2.
Oh my God.
So that's another problem. So that's another movie that could have been on its own, but oh no, if that's the case, then that means you need this film to set up why he's in that movie. So I have a feeling that's going to get pushed back again too.
Also,
but yeah.
Another thing that we heard regarding Michael Keaton, apparently, he's like, I'm not even happy about being in the same movie as Ezra Miller, let alone being on the same stage promoting it.
Yeah, wow.
He will have nothing to do with being seen in public with Ezra Miller. And he's absolutely furious, because this is his glorious comeback as Batman being flushed down the drain.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean,
I gotta ask.
he's royalty too in Hollywood. He is royalty. So, and now you have to deal with this little punk who's doing horrible things. Like, they need to scrub the kid. What were you going to say, Raging, though?
I just wanted to ask, if they were to pour 100 million more into this, though, it's still going to look really choppy, isn't it? Like 100 million's not enough to redo this.
Well,
actually,
there's
reshoots. Is it?
Here's the thing, though, because if they do reshoot that whole movie, they can go in a different direction. This is like one thing that I don't say in this video, but here's like the thing that the movie as it stands right now is a product of the previous administration,
right?
And they explicitly wanted to go into a much more diverse, safer DC universe afterwards. Like, for instance,
because this is setting up Supergirl, Batgirl, and all that shit. Yeah.
That sets up that the new DC Trinity is gonna be Supergirl, Batwoman, and Wonder Woman.
So it could be an opportunity
that's
for
being
them.
set up here.
Yeah,
right.
Whereas if you completely reshoot that movie, okay, so Batgirl, that's already in the can, that is filmed. But then they have options of tweaking that too, because maybe Zasla isn't happy with the direction that DC was going, or we know he wasn't. He wants to take things back again. So there actually might be an opportunity here in fixing things rather than let the franchise be derailed further. And make no mistake about it, the intention with The Flash was to completely derail things. For instance, one of the things it does, it wipes out Henry Cavill's Superman by killing him when he's a baby. So he's like gone from the story from that. And Ben Affleck's Batman is like lost in a time paradox. The intention was to begin with to get rid of them permanently.
To scrap it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, then Zaslow came in, and then we've had test screenings. I mean, not screamings, but I'm sure
there's plenty of screaming going on.
There's a lot of screaming.
Anyway, towards the end of the most recent ones, Ben Affleck's Batman Lives. That's only because Zaslow came in and said, no, you ain't.
Well, it sounds like they went with option C. There was two different versions originally. There was Batman Lives as an Affleck Batman. Batfleck Lives, or the other version is Batfleck sacrifices himself and never existed, much like Superman. Now, in this version, it sounds like what it's setting up, though, is like a Crisis on Infinite Earths type thing, to where they get a signal at the end that Batfleck is still out there. So that sets up that they could bring him back if they wanted to, and that's going to set up like future storylines. So I guess they went with option C, which is kind of like a maybe not kind of thing,
So the real question for Warner is to either release the movie as is under $150 to $200 million budget, and then advertising on top of that too. But even still, and hope to break even just through the normie crowd. Hope that they haven't heard too much about it, even though they are starting to clue onto these things a lot more now. But just hope that is the case. Or they invest $100 million more and try and reshoot this thing and hope that it's not a Frankensteinian mess. If I can steal something from you, Andre.
Oh, go for
it. And hope that it doesn't become that, and then hope that they can still at least break even, because by the time that movie's made with reshoots, the cost of it, the release of that, I mean, was it even going to... Even if, let's say, all of this stuff didn't happen with Ezra, how much was this movie going to make?
That's a good question. I think it could have broke the $1 billion because you have Michael Keaton in it.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
The nostalgia.
I would submit, though, I have to drop out in a second here, but,
yes, please.
But real quick, I would submit that they realize that this movie isn't going to make the money that they initially hoped. But I also think that they see beyond this movie. This is no longer about this one movie and breaking even on it.
Right.
Zaslow has been clear that he sees the DC brand as the single biggest entertainment asset they have, and they need to get it right. If this movie right here sets it off in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter if they break even on this, if they lose 100 million, earn 100.
Lost it.
It's what comes afterwards.
Yes.
That, I think, is the bigger priority. I think that is what is ultimately going to decide which direction they're going to go with here. If they're just going to dump this, which is unlikely, or if they're going to reshoot it, which actually is far more likely, specifically because it's a matter of, fine, we take a huge bloodbath on this one, we take a huge loss, but if that's going to save us further down the line.
Yeah, you got to look at it this way. They're not investing so much money in Ezra Miller as they are investing in the return of Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
like, that's, I think, the big thing that you got to look at it like, because he's in 2.3 features that we know so far with them trying to entice him to come back. Now, if he's going to have nothing but headache from day one on this, he's not going to come back.
Right.
Exactly.
So it's worth the money.
I have to drop out there, but
I can continue to answer whatever questions you guys
I
probably have. So, yeah.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you,
appreciate you for dropping in. Love you, man. We'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
He loves me too.
The boss is amazing. He is
last thing I want to ask on that, is it more, and then we'll move on in a couple minutes to the next article we'll be talking about. But my question is, my statement, and Tom, I don't know if it's correct. I believe it is worth the money to scrap what you can. Even if you do halfway through the movie, I say you scrap it and start off with Dylan O'Brien. It's worth the money. They will hit it out of the park, knowing that a company was willing to scrap a $200 million movie because this guy's a piece of crap. I think they would make more money.
Shelve it. They're not going to shelve it.
They can't shelve it, yeah, and they can't cannibalize it like Script Doctor said, which would be a great option. But sure,
Wow,
Andre leaves, and then Mad shows up.
You never see Mad and Andre on the same stream.
I think they're the same person.
I do not know. I can't do his voice.
I do not know.
He sounded more like fucking Latka.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But like, I think the way you got to look at it now is unlike like when you had a situation like with Back to the Future where they had to reshoot almost the entire feature with Michael J. Fox. We have digital technology now that you won't have to bring back so many of these actors, if anybody. Right. It'll just be kind of difficult for Dylan O'Brien or whoever they bring in because he'll be mostly shooting in front of a green screen.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
and recently, Tig Notaro was replaced in Army of the Dead. Going back to The Phantom Menace, where literally the scenes we see in that movie is made up of completely different shots of those actors spliced together.
Look at Doctor Strange with Reed, John Krasinski.
We heard that most of those cameos were shot separately.
Yeah. I'm just going to say, don't employ the people that did Hayden Christensen's de-aging.
Oh, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Don't get that.
Oh, gosh.
That was terrible.
That was worse than the mustache, yes, Hamdinger.
Did y'all see how good the de-aging effects were in Kenobi?
Yeah. We're going to talk about it. Well, you know what? We'll move on. Anybody have any
so at this point, I think they might be able to do it for a little bit cheaper than $100 million with technology being what it is. But it's going to take a lot of cobbling and messing with it and hopefully, trying to sew it together. And you might have to get a couple actors to come back for a few scenes if he actually interacts with anybody. But the other side of it is most of the time when he's in the outfit doing flash stuff, it's probably CGI.
Right.
And you don't really see the actor's face. So there's that plus too. So I don't really have to mess with that stuff too much. So we'll see how it goes. And a lot of that, I'm sure Culture and whoever else here knows about digital stuff, you can just kind of replace the model and it'll just fix all of them.
Yeah, you just mask over the top.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Just masking.
Right, Culture? Masking?
Matt actually has done a little bit of that too, I'm sure.
Yeah, we've heard something.
Masking and docking.
So let's
They
move
do
on.
a lot of docking.
There's a lot of docking in Hollywood.
A lot of docking.
They dock in
Especially
Hollywood.
after playing volleyball.
That's true.
Yes.
And
in
you
jeans.
know it. You'll
in jeans.
Side out, side in. That's what all I
Side
keep
in.
hearing.
Hey,
hit it high, hit it low.
I'm going to release a short interview that I did with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers.
Mm-hmm.
and we talk all about, jeans. I think Mad Mardigan's gonna love it.
That's
Mark
awesome.
was just sitting there going, listen to all these fucking
Jeans? I thought for a minute you were going to get it. It's like, we going to talk all about docking. I was like, what?
Docking.
Fucking
So, yeah,
stupid.
well, you never know with those guys. You never know. With
Speaking of docking, what do we got for Obi-Wan news?
So we're going to go on to Obi-Wan, but Mark brought up before the whole Hollywood, the hand symbols, the eye, things that will be covered on Monday night shows with me. Maybe Mark, I'll have to have you on as a guest, definitely. Because I have a new show. It's called Aluminum Spork on Monday nights. We're going to be running it for the next few weeks until House of the Dragon. Then it'll come back. It'll be on and off. But I just want to show you guys the new intro for that. If you are a fan and you're not subscribed of, controversy, conspiracies, alternate universes, lost history, you'll probably like this. Here we go.
It's scurry.
I dig it.
Somewhere between dreams and nightmares.
I might need you to do that.
Conspiracy and reality.
But also
The 80s and disco. I have no idea what's going on here.
we got the aluminum on top of our heads. We love aluminum.
On a turn right.
Yeah.
From this dimension and every other, it's Sporking News.
With
Aluminum Spork.
Oh my God, I like that. All right, so that'll
You
be
like mine
Monday
better?
night. So please check it out. Yours is not better.
Anybody can hire me anytime for voice work. I've told people this. They
I
just
might
don't
have to
will
do
and
it.
take me seriously.
I
will
am
do
now.
it for free.
Yeah, I'd rather have Tom for money. So
Sometimes I just do it for hand jobs.
oh wow, I am. We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, did I say hand jobs? I mean,
I love how people are like, who did that? Without anyone even thinking it possibly could have been you, Scott.
What that I did a great job.
You did that? You did that intro.
But I said good job.
I'm sure it was mad.
No, it was
wasn't me.
Mr.
That's
Grant Gregory.
Grant.
Was it Grant?
was
Oh,
Grant.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Good job,
Yep.
Grant.
He did a great job, and he says, "Dude, that was awesome." Yes, it was.
Usually Mad's the one who does those kind of intros like that.
I need Tom to do the voiceover he just did.
Yes, we might have to clip that and just not pay him with a hand job.
Well, here's the problem. Mad was talking over it. You had other people talking over
You
it.
just give me a script and I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't even need a script.
I'm like the anchor man. I'll just read what's in front of me. So
Whale's vagina.
my version.
shit.
We'll see whose is better.
San Diego. So we're going to be talking next about
In a
Obi-Wan
world.
Kenobi, boys. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
where Obi-Wan Kenobi is a little soy cuck bitch.
Yes. And we're going to touch on episode 5 because I know a couple of us watched it.
Show
but
us on the dial where it touched you, Scott.
Oh God!
But I want to go on to
in the butt.
in the bad place.
Put the boogie in your butt.
your butt.
Put the boogie in your butt. I ain't
Two
putting
in the
nothing
butt.
in nobody's butt.
Sexy.
What's this? $100, and all I got to do is sing about putting stuff in people's butts.
I've lost
So-
control.
Ryan,
I'm going to, okay?
That happened.
so Rhino,
Now I know what song I'm playing on the next Mead Radio. Thanks,
Oh, I
culture.
love that song so much. I can't wait to go.
Say
so
it.
Rhino, like you really need to quit your job or get them to let you have like Wednesdays or your Australian Wednesday, whatever day that is in
That's
Australia.
Thursday for us, bro.
Yeah.
Thursday.
So you
For
could
them, not us.
be on Wednesday, Mads.
Oh,
Wednesday
yeah.
Dump. We talk about
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like you're like Beetlejuice. We just start talking about Kenobi. If we say it 3 times, you appear in the chat.
It's true.
How'd you feel about episode 5? Get some of it out now before you start.
I don't even know.
It's true.
That's pretty accurate, probably.
It is. That
It
was
is.
a terrible episode.
That
Terrible.
This has
Terrible
got to be the worst
before.
one yet. This was like
Yes.
worse than The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
That's not possible.
No.
Well,
dude,
It is
was
possible.
Terrible.
I argue that this is worse on the level of how many characters it's actually
I agree.
deconstructed and destroyed. It's done damage to Bail Organa.
Yep.
It's done damage to Leia. It's done damage to Obi-Wan. It's done damage to Vader or
Luke?
Anakin.
It
hasn't yet.
They're
It
saying
hasn't-
they might
well,
kill him.
Well, it hasn't. It hasn't yet.
What?
But
The Grand
Yeah,
Inquisitor?
Yeah, so far Owen's the only one who hasn't been shat on. Well, but yet is the operative word, like Ryan said.
You could say there
wouldn't
has
dare.
been a little bit of that through the unplaced dialogue that's taken place between them. I mean, we're 10 years after. There's a lot of stuff that should. I mean, again, I'm coming from a place of knowing the Obi-Wan Kenobi from the EU and everything that goes on in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, it should be a year after he was at Tatooine. Owen's already had the conversation with him about him creeping up on the rocks and everything, and he's already agreed and gone far away to his actual hut.
Well,
And
doesn't he
that's
say
only a
we've
year.
already had this conversation before or something like that to that effect?
Look,
What a
I'm not going to say
waste.
that there. I'm not going to say that there aren't elements in there that.
No,
weren't
my point was that was
good.
one of the best scenes in the whole show so far, and maybe the other scene between
That
Bail and
conversation?
young Leia.
Yeah.
Those two scenes are my two only favorite scenes. Outside of that, it's all fucking trash.
Well,
You-
see, the
you
funny
lucked
thing
out.
is though, Tom, is that those two scenes are scenes that you could actually agree that could have taken place because nothing's
Exactly.
happened to
Yes.
Leia. Leia's just getting taught a lesson by her dad,
Yeah.
and Owen and Obi-Wan would have been interacting. So there's those two interactions there that those are okay. But again, when were they? First episode? You know, where there's so much that's happened since then. And I've argued the fact that Obi-Wan should never have left Tatooine. None of this should be happening.
No.
There's so much that's convoluted in everybody's plan and everybody's decisions. They made Bail an absolute retard in the communication that he left in this episode.
Hey, you
Let
remember
alone
the
the
thing we're not
fact
supposed
that-
to be talking about that I need to keep really,
Yeah.
really secret?
I know,
And
right?
I'm
gonna put it in the recording.
And the crazy thing is they didn't even know anything about the boy until this message. And it just seems to be that, like, the writing is so bad and so
It is.
blatantly in your face bad. And like I've said, you take this out of Star Wars, you take the Star Wars out of this show, and you just have this writing the way that it is. It's hard to do because
It's horrible character
ingrained in
writing.
it. It's horrible.
Well,
I could
everybody
learn
thinks of-
something from Mission Impossible
Mark,
with that. The message that he left for Obi-Wan should have self-destructed or something, or Obi-Wan should have smashed it. But to leave it behind that way to be discovered.
But even
And
just
you
to
realize
send it-
Take a breath, Rhino.
If Darth Vader and the Grand Inquisitor had just stayed around for maybe 5 more minutes, they would have seen that message.
Yeah.
That's how careless Obi-Wan was to
But
actually
okay.
let that get out of his sight.
Reset for a second. The first thing that Bale says in that message is, we agreed no communication. The fact that you haven't sent me communication worries me. We agreed no communication. That's the first problem. You're a fucking idiot. The second thing is now he's saying that he feels like he may have been captured. So if he's been captured, this device that you're sending the communication to is already
dumbest idea.
in the hands
Right.
of the Empire.
Well, then
Right?
even
and
worse.
You're going to say, if they found out about the kids, I'm going to go to Tatooine, speak to Owen about the boy. It seems to be the perfect things just to say to make the plot move forward.
It is so fucking
fucking
stupid.
retarded, and they made Owen a dumb cunt.
Okay, take a breath. Time out. Time out. Mad Cheesemo, go.
All right, a couple of things. One, what a waste. They lucked into having Joel Edgerton in this universe, and they're like, yeah, we'll use him for the first episode. Maybe we'll throw him in the last. Two,
Unbelievably lucky.
just lucky, and they're like, fuck him. He's a straight white male.
Yeah.
Two, everything that Rhino gets screamed at us about,
Yeah,
is
yelled
the
at.
same. It has the same level of believability as in the Christmas special when they're like, we have a delivery coming of a carpet. He's coming Han Solo.
No.
Or,
That's
he
better.
packed
Don't
it-
you dare invoke the Christmas special in comparison with this.
He's like,
way
he
better.
packed it by hand solo. Like,
Don't
it's
you dare,
so
sir.
bad.
Well, Mark, let me ask Mark. Mark, even worse than what just because Rhino is absolutely right. He should never have sent that. But even worse is that that Kenobi hands it over to a known like idiot
And his
who is
lightsaber.
his lightsaber, this communication device, to a known con artist just because he seems like an all right guy. Like you're trusting the life of Luke and Leia on this moron.
Owen is the only one in
love
this
you,
show
buddy.
who's actually doing his job. You realize that?
That's what I said. Yeah, like
he's the only one. Like Luke is safer with Obi-Wan being somewhere else, as it turns out.
Well, and that's what
You know
makes
what I mean?
that's what drives me nuts about that message even more so is like, even if he didn't specify in the message what he was going to do, just the fact that he had that thought is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Because Ryan is right. At this point, they have no clue, none whatsoever, that there is another child being protected, right? And not only that, they have no idea that there's any connection between Leia and Vader to begin with.
None.
So in that whole thing is like, are you fucking kidding me? And then that sets up a whole nother 180 for another character, which there's a ton of characters that have these stupid 180 turns, and Reva's one of them, where all of a sudden we have the dumbest line in the entire show of dumb lines fucking uttered when all of a sudden Obi-Wan Kenobi goes, "You're hunting him." It's like, are you fucking insane? This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life.
With like 50 stormtroopers right behind her.
Exactly. And then she turns around and goes, "How do I know that you really want to kill him?" He should have been like, "Well, bitch, let's see. I left him at the side of a volcano thinking he was going to die with his legs and arms chopped off. But maybe, just maybe, I want to let him live."
Right. 1 second. Let me just, Rhino, I'll go right to you, brother. I'm sorry. Because I missed this one. Eric K for $5 going back to Crazies. Do not date Crazy unless you are willing to pay the consequences. He is right. Eric K is the man. He's a mod. He's a
Well, you'll get
mod.
crazy with Reva because that is one crazy plan. Because then you're right, Ryan. She decided, or I think it was Mark who just brought it up. One of y'all just did. Where basically, yes, now all of a sudden, after all these years and all these fucking chances she could have had to take out Vader, and let's be real, even when they were one-on-one, if she just would have tricked him some fucking way and took him out, right?
Yep.
Even the Emperor would have been like, good.
Yeah.
Now you will be Darth Reva. You know, and that's exactly what he would have wanted, right? He would have wanted a young new apprentice.
Yep.
So like her plan would have been perfect if she would have not told anybody. And just executed it.
Yep.
Long time ago when she had a perfect chance, not when he's surrounded by 50 fucking stormtroopers and she makes the obvious turn and then he turns around and he's like,
I knew that you knew that I knew that you knew that I knew what you were up to. So now I'm gonna stab you again, youngling.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. I fooled you.
There's something that needs to be addressed in the chat. And Rhino, maybe you can help me with this. Vertical Horizon says, at Marks 47, tracking fobs track the metachlorians. One, I don't think that's true at all. Two, because because
that's maybe the smartest thing I've heard for a tracking fob, though.
But no, it doesn't though, because they're tracking other people. Unless that dude at the butcher shop was
everybody has midichlorians.
I don't want to
Everybody
get
has
into
them.
tracking fobs. Tracking fobs is a whole different topic and a whole different conversation.
But that was the smartest. That was the smartest definition I've heard yet.
Stupid.
That's how bad the definitions have been, Mad. That's the best one I've heard.
I
yet.
haven't heard any reasoning for fobs.
Can I also make the point?
Yes,
that it
Rhino.
seems to be
Let it
very
go.
convenient that Reva happened to interrogate Owen and ask Owen his name, and it just happens to be Tatooine and Owen in the message.
Right.
It's
And
so
she remembers
convenient.
even.
It's so written, well written. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the fact that this entire episode didn't even need to take place because there was 2 ships there to begin with.
Bullshit.
Right? Why were all of those people waiting for them when they had an entire
there wasn't.
ship?
I made that point
Go,
as
Mark.
well.
And then
I was agreeing with him. I made that point as well.
There are so many issues. There are so many issues that you can't even get them all out. I said that if Molho was to do a unbridled rage video or what he's doing with the Force
or what
Awakens,
you're doing,
still hasn't finished it, he would have to do 24 hours worth of video
just for this
break
crap
down this entire series. It is that badly written and that convoluted with everything. What happened to all the other Inquisitors in this episode? Did they just disappear? Did they? They now have no part of the thing. Also, too, let's not deny the fact that Reva has survived being stabbed twice.
Once,
as a child in the temple.
Remember when that killed Qui-Gon Jinn?
I know.
Yeah. What
I
a
know
bitch.
Qui-Gon is the biggest bitch, and they've actually done damage to Qui-Gon as well.
Yep.
Because Qui-Gon's a little bitch that can't survive shit, whereas Reva has enough strength after being stabbed to notice some...
Well, she just got it in the womb, we'll
communicate,
find out.
Crawl over to it, and people want to say,
Matt's
oh,
the only one who gets it.
I got it.
Because at the end of the show, they'll say, he took away my right to have a baby.
Twice.
Yeah.
What else killed me? And I know we're just now. I don't give a crap if people. You're just nitpicking. I don't care. So
no, but every character
they-
has this issue, right?
Well,
like where they're two different people. Like, and a great example of it is Ice Cube Jr. Because in that episode, he's like, "Why are you here? I know what the Empire's capable of. Get the fuck out of here. You're gonna just bring him here. Okay, I'll help you." Like it literally, he like almost says
Right.
it like that.
Overnight.
Like it's
Yeah.
and not even overnight. Like in the same sentence. And that's the way most people are.
How is Leia supposed to have the engineering ability to repair this fucking base?
Well, it took her forever.
And the tracking device on a droid has now actually infiltrated the droid, and it sends instructions to the droid to sabotage the
and
base.
all it is right under
What
its little
the
wing.
fuck?
And she's like,
How
"Oh,
does
there it is."
Oh, yeah, and how does it open the grate to get in there when it doesn't even have hands, right? Like, all of these things just don't make sense. And people want to say, oh, that's so minor, it's a nitpick. Well, it's still legitimate, which means it's not a fucking nitpick.
Okay, is this a nitpick? When the base's hatch opens up, there wasn't stormtroopers just waiting for that to happen. No, they're at the side door instead of letting the hangar door. Like they're okay. Well, let's just wait.
They actually OP'd Vader in.
They
this
did
to the
because you know
point
what would really
where-
come in handy in Empire Strikes Back when the Falcon's taken off and he could have pulled it down.
Pulled it back. Yeah, that's
you
true.
know what would have been convenient also is that in the fight between him and Obi-Wan, he wouldn't have been fearful of him at all because he knew only 9 years ago that he was still
kicked
a
his
bit of a
ass.
cuss, right? But you know how he was using the Force to stop her blade and push her away
Yeah.
and do all of this little bullshit shit, right? That completely takes away from the importance of a lightsaber battle. You remember in Attack of the Clones when Yoda faces Dooku.
Yeah.
And they start their fight by trying
Force.
to use the Force against each
Yeah.
other. And Dooku says, well, we can't decide this with our knowledge of the Force. We
Yep.
must settle this with a lightsaber, or whatever he says, goes on to say,
Yeah.
right? Well, why didn't Yoda just go, no, I'm just going to stop your blade. Every time it gets really close, he's like, why? Why
See,
didn't Dooku just do that?
Here's where I would defer and say I wish Yoda would have done that. To me, that would have made more sense for Yoda to be like that. He would have just been like more of the
Because he would have been powerful.
I just
Exactly.
don't like
Yeah.
the whole
But no,
idea
I
of
get
being
you,
able to
Rhino.
stop
Like
a
that whole
blade.
scene is fucking stupid. And if that's the
OP.
case, then why wasn't he doing that against Luke? If that's the case, he would have just handed Luke his ass and then some. And that's the thing, because Luke was like a rookie.
And to say that Vader left her to die. He didn't let her survive. That's what people are saying. Vader and the Grand Inquisitor left her there to die.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't let her live. That's their justification for allowing her to live. They
Right.
left her
That
there
may
to
be,
die.
but at the
Yeah,
same
like
time,
Batman.
at this point, she already survived it once. Don't you think taking the bitch's head off would have been a good idea?
How about we talk
Like, just
about
make
how
sure
did
she's dead.
How
Like,
about we ask the question, how did the Grand Inquisitor survive? Before
Yeah.
we even jump to fucking Reva.
Wow.
He just appears out of nowhere. And
back
the
to
fact-
tank.
I don't care. That doesn't repair us.
Yeah, Mr.
fine.
Grant
And I
Gregory.
don't care how, Mr. Star Wars
no.
Theory, how many stomachs you've
Or
got.
anybody else.
Before we get to the stomachs, how about when they get back to the ship after the, like when they get to fly off, Ice Cube Jr. didn't say, I gotta say it's a good day. Shit.
You were
well,
waiting
yeah,
on
that's
that
a good
one.
question
I've
about
been
the
waiting
Grand
on it for a
Inquisitor because he totally doesn't have a uterus. So
Yeah.
I like, there's so much that's wrong with this. And they go, oh, we're not going to destroy canon. Of course you're not. You're not going to destroy the rebels. You're actually just going to bring him back without telling anyone or showing anyone how you're going to bring him back. Maybe they just back to sprayed that shit.
Right,
Like,
that's
who
probably what
fucking
they did.
knows?
All right. Well, that sounds like it's just a great show. Well,
Oh, man.
our good man
oh,
over
we're
here.
not done yet.
Well, no, we're not done. But I want to ask Mark before we go into this article because he probably read it. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They plan on changing season 2. Is that because of all this? Oops, sorry, my bad. I printed it. Is that because it's that bad, or are they?
I don't think there was ever going to be a season 2. I think they're just trying to sell season 1 still, to be honest with you, because I never heard any shits about a season 2.
I thought it was a limited series.
Exactly. This was supposed to be a one-off from the start.
So what are they saying in this, Mark?
I think they're trying to make the point that now they want to do something completely different. They want to get away from the taking him off the planet to do like an ongoing story and maybe have it be more episodic, you know, where he's just getting into hijinks and things like that around the hut, you know. And
around the hut during this time, though?
Yeah.
That's
because
crazy.
they're like, yeah, well, we still have 10 more years. There's plenty of things. There's plenty of story we can tell there.
Well, they do call him Crazy Old Ben, so he must get into some crazy adventures.
Well, I mean, they do say, however, with fans in love with the story, Ewan McGregor wanting to return, it looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 is inevitable.
They'll try and tell a story with Luke this time. They'll try and tell the isolated story that they should have told with Luke, but they'll still fuck that up somehow.
Well, I guess Deborah Chow revealed this time that wait a minute, how's that written? Deborah Chow revealed this might not be the only series for Ewan McGregor's Jedi. However, any other series would focus on a different story than the current narrative.
Well, no shit.
Yeah. But
Well,
the
of course
stories
he's gonna
can
say-
protect. It would
Like-
be all right. Go ahead.
Also, too, they could do this because everybody in the galaxy knows that Obi-Wan's back alive. So,
Right.
Apparently not.
like, what?
Apparently not. No. How many stormtroopers was he like? Yes, no. I'm just an old man with my granddaughter or my daughter.
Like rebellion people that are like in awe when he comes in on the stretcher, when he's in the back of the tank after being burnt by Vader, and then there's all the people that saw him fucking in those sieges as well.
Well, that rando Jedi found him.
I just like he was like I'm with my daughter, Princess Leia. I mean
In the
Lucy.
dark.
I mean Lucy.
Lulu.
You know, if Obi-Wan had have just stuck to his guns with Bail and said, no, your responsibility is the girl, my responsibility is the boy, you do what you fucking need to do. None of this, none of the finding out about Luke.
He's on a
none of
different
it.
stream.
He's sleeping. Culture
No,
Casino.
he's on a different stream.
He's probably napping.
He is on a different. Oh, there he is. That's the Mrs. Sports.
Your
fan
mic's
club.
not even unmuted.
I'm not asleep. Look, sometimes look, okay, so you have Mad Mardigan here, you have Rhino, you have Tom, and Mark and I are just sitting back here going, we'll talk sometime.
Bro, it's like getting a rebound, man. You gotta throw those elbows, man. You gotta get in there.
I can leave.
Don't you dare leave! But I didn't
I
say a
can
word
leave.
on the dump.
Yeah, I often get accused of like being quiet on mad streams, and it's just because I'm not allowed to talk. I get interrupted. I get halfway through the
allowed?
thing.
Oh,
You gotta
get
just-
the fuck out of
We interrupt
gotta
you on
jump in
purpose
there,
because we
man.
know it bothers you.
Gotta
I
just
know.
be in there. Mark, what do you think?
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Scott.
Okay, that was good. You interrupted. Go ahead.
Yeah, your hat's backwards.
It is.
Hey, Culture, have you seen Obi-Wan Kenobi yet?
Fuck
here it
no.
That's another reason why he's being quiet. There you go.
Yes,
That's
there
the
you go.
answer.
That's the real
answer,
reason.
Tom. He tried
That's
to
the
blame it
real
on
answer.
you.
See,
He
I know
tried to
him.
blame it
I
on
love
you.
him. I know him.
But Mark, you've been watching it, correct?
Yeah. I get
Where-
quiet because I don't have much left by the time I'm done like singing and yelling on my videos. You know what I mean?
Right, I
Like,
get it.
it just gets exhausting, man.
Do
But go
we
on.
have that clip? Because I'm sorry, that was just an amazing song.
Well, oh yes. Hold on. The song,
Oh, the song was so good.
or we could go with this one.
Wonder.
Ezra Miller's on the run. It's another day and it's another one. He's some serial groomer trash. Now, how can Warner Brothers sell the Flash? And I wonder. I wonder.
I love that
Wow.
high.
That was beautiful, Tom. I love it.
Yeah, that was some harmony, boys.
Yeah,
That
you
was some
guys
harmony.
can do a duet.
As long as we only have one microphone and all five of us have to use it.
Yes, like right next to
Ezra's gonna run away.
Hey,
That's a reference to Kings of Comedy.
it should be a reference
Oh,
to.
good.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Well, not my favorite songs, but it's an awesome song. It's
See, Culture was trying to
Guilty
talk to you,
pleasure.
Brad. He went away.
I
So-
do that too on purpose.
Okay, I know you do. So, what do we think? Episode. This is the last episode, correct? Coming up.
There's one more
Yep.
after this, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
this
there's
is the
one more.
last
This
one.
is
I
the
think.
last
This is it.
one.
Okay,
Episode
Oh, yeah.
6 is it,
let's
right?
go around. Mark, I've heard that they may kill I can't believe this is even being reported. Will they or will they not kill Luke Skywalker? What do you think, Mark?
Oh no, he's got to go.
What
on
the
to
fuck
fulfill
is
his
this whole
destiny.
kill Luke Skywalker
Just
thing?
wait,
Got to
I'll
fulfill
show
his
you.
destiny in the Last Jedi. So no, they wouldn't do that.
Not at all. Okay.
Yeah, no.
I keep muting myself. Even though, they might want to get away from the old trilogy and just because they're like talking about we got to get away from it. What other way than nuking the shit out of it?
That's what I'm thinking. If they want to remake the OT, what better way to start that than killing off Luke
and
in this show?
And they will lose. They will lose any audience that they have.
Will they?
Whoever wrote that article is on crack. That's all I have to say.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'd stop watching it.
Yeah,
I'd stop watching
no way.
everything.
No way they do that.
I see quite a few, but we'll go with.
I've just heard that this last episode could be an hour to an hour and a half long, and
bullshit.
in all honesty, they need it. If anything, they need it to try and fill the gaps to make it.
There's no salvaging this, Ryan.
No, there isn't. You 100%.
There is no
I
salvaging.
completely agree.
I heard somewhere there's going to be like a Q&A or something like that after the show. So it's not that you're going to get an hour and a half worth of show, I've heard.
Oh, with
really?
Oh, really?
Super
Yeah.
fans.
Lord of the Rings super fans?
Super fans.
Well, we
like
do
it.
know that when they release this in theaters to great embarrassment in a few weeks, that it's only going to be 5 hours and 40 minutes long. So that's how much actual new footage we've gotten, per se, I guess.
Who would pay to go see that bullshit?
Nobody's going to pay to go
Come
see
on.
it.
Come on.
All right, so I'm just going to
Sniffing their
look
own
at this.
farts.
This is bullshit.
Well, there's more than one.
What?
There's quite a few.
Will
that
Obi-Wan
bring this up.
Kenobi kill young Luke? What the fuck?
But don't you love that
wait,
every
what?
wait a minute, let me just say this. Every single title is the same from all these different it's not even a change in the title. They all have the same exact title.
It's clickbait.
It's crazy, isn't it? Is it
It's insane.
It's insane. But to me that's like one of those things where
They're not
what are
killing
they
Reva
trying to
either.
do?
They're not killing Reva off either.
No,
With
God, no.
with all the pumping up that they've done of this character and all the racism and all of this and all of that, there's no way that they're killing off
She's
this
getting
character.
her own spin-off series. We already know
Yeah.
this.
Well, they've been talking about that too.
The spin-off series, I wouldn't put it past them to kill the character off and then do a spin-off series like a prequel so that there's no
Sure.
stakes.
Right.
They're that stupid that they would actually tell the story that way.
I'm confused if whether or not when they wrote this that they knew Reva was actually going to be not a good guy in the art, like in normal people view, but she's been doing all this just to kill Darth Vader. Do they know that usually when you do that with characters and they hang someone, they're usually like, oh man, I feel so bad about that. There's a moment you can see it on their face, but with her, she's just lopping off hands and shit.
No, they don't get it. That's the problem, man. They don't understand basic characterization in writing. They think they're being
depth.
clever.
They don't
Remember,
They
understand
think
depth.
they're being
she was
clever.
totally going to torture a child
Yes.
if she hadn't been interrupted.
Just
There's no
the-
redemption.
You
for
want to
this
know the
character.
truth? I think the reason
what's
this
the
random
motivation?
turn was because they fucking reshot it. I don't think this is the way it originally ended. I think those
could've
original leaks were the way it ended originally, and they reshot
agree.
it, and I think you're right. They pumped her up because they knew that this was the way people were going to react, and when they also changed the ending, now they want to spin her off on her own series, so they want to make it like she's some bigger thing than she really is.
But you got to think about her story for a second. What the fuck is her motivation? She's got this thing for Kenobi, but she got stabbed by Anakin, who she just so happens to know is Vader.
Well, to
which
me-
is
They
fucking
explained it. They
Mad,
explained it.
Go ahead, Mad.
She said well, where were you to protect us?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
But
she's
Where
mad
was
at
this
Obi.
rebuttal
Wouldn't
saying
it
I
have
was
been
ending the
s-
war, I was killing Grievous, and then I got taken like fucking my clone troopers fucking attacked me.
Don't matter, bro. Should have
Wouldn't
been
it
there.
have been smarter?
she's-
Wouldn't it have been
she's mad.
smarter? Go ahead,
She's
Mark.
mad.
Please speak.
I was gonna say I heard it earlier. She's mad because they killed Jedi, so she goes on to kill Jedi to get to
Exactly.
the person who
Yeah,
killed
bro.
Jedi.
Yeah, that
Come
makes
on, man.
perfect
That's
sense, Mark.
writing.
What's-
Oh
what's
yeah,
your
that's
issue?
great writing.
It makes no
That
sense.
makes sense.
Okay,
It
so
only
even
makes
if-
sense if they reshot the ending and changed
Yes.
her motivation.
Go
because
ahead,
her
Scott.
initial motivation
Don't worry
makes
about
sense.
I love
Go
every.
ahead,
No,
Scott.
don't worry about me.
Go ahead, Scott.
My panel should speak, and I want everybody to have a voice.
Go ahead,
What I'm
Scott.
saying is this: even if they reshot this, they could have just put in one line where he goes, when he figures out, you're hunting him. She could have been like, yes, and I knew the only way to get to him is through you.
So-
Like, that's the only way I would have got close to him. Some stupid shit like that would have even made it 1/10% better than what the frig they came out with.
Yeah, or I'm hunting him, but
Mark-
you're the one that's going to kill him.
The problem with that, though, is there's a scene like in the previous episode where they're in the same room together alone, if I remember right, where she's talking to Vader.
Yeah.
Like, that's my problem. She's obviously had more than ample opportunity to just fucking kill him.
No, she was never behind him. That was her planning.
So after this weekend, I don't have to hear about, or next weekend, I should say, I don't have to hear about this toilet trash anymore.
Not a lot.
There's a season 2.
Don't count on it, Cody.
Let's see how bad it is.
We still have to hear about The Last Jedi from The Last Jedi apologists. This thing is just going to keep going on and on and on. You know what I mean?
No, look, they're continually dropping fans. I mean, I'm sorry, between Star Wars and Marvel, did you see the numbers from Miss Marvel and the Samba TV numbers?
No.
They 775,000 people.
Yeah, it's horrible.
But the worst part about that is it's actually the best thing that they've done.
I've
when it
heard
comes to
that.
MCU.
That show has got no promotion, though. I didn't even know it was on until like.
What are we talking about, Miss Marvel?
Yeah.
I actually think if I like, it's not made for me, but it's a good, it's a funny
Agreed.
show. It's well directed. Whoever directed it is the director.
It was a man.
Well, the two brothers did the first and they're doing the last. I think it's multiple directors. They're doing a great job with it. Is the story, I don't give a shit what the story is because I don't care who Miss Marvel is, but I like the actors. I think they're doing a decent job with it. The rest of Marvel sucks. It sucks.
775,000 households watched this in the first 5 days.
That's terrible.
Can I just give my quick prediction on how I think that Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to end?
How?
How it's going to end
Yes.
is Reva is going to be on Tatooine with Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber blade, which you shouldn't be seeing, at his neck. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to come walking over and he's going to say, Reva. And they're going to have this stupid conversation. I don't exactly know how that's going to go down, but it's going to be pretty stupid. And he's going to say, Reva, who are you really? And she's going to say,
I am the Force.
Ray Skywalker.
Or Reva Skywalker. No, you know what would be better if she who are they they've been pumping through this whole series. Who is Obi-Wan trying to speak to through the whole series, but he's not answering?
Yeah, she's going to be
she's going to hear him. She'll hear
She'll be Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon will talk through
Qui-Gon will appear in front of her and be like, do not kill the boy.
No, you're completely wrong with that. The whole thing. Obi-Wan's gonna die off. She's gonna go through a transition. She's gonna put on white face, and she's the actual Obi-Wan that we see in the first Star Wars movie.
That's great.
She's gonna say she's gonna say I'm Reva Kenobi. I'm your unknown long lost daughter.
Does anybody else hear music?
Tank. Yeah, someone's jamming.
Do you reckon Grogu's gonna? Do you reckon she's gonna be the one to rescue Grogu?
Oh, we got a loop going. Okay.
She's gonna recover after Order 66 being stabbed by Anakin, and she's gonna be the one that saves Grogu.
Well, now it's weird without it.
Yeah, now I
reckon
feel.
that.
I actually thought it was Rhino. I thought Rhino had music playing in the background from one of his toys or something. So
no.
Clay Thomason, 99 cents. Thank you for this super sticker. It's ice cream, chocolate ice cream. Mark, what were you gonna say? And then Rhino.
Oh no, Rhino was going, man.
I was just asking. Do you reckon that Grogu is going to? Do you reckon Reva's going to be the one that saves Grogu from the temple? Like that's where the Reva series comes into it, and she actually is the one, and then we get another Babysitters in Space.
But she's dead on a floor. She's pretending to be dead on a floor. How could
playing dead?
She's covering Grogu.
Who knew? That's how you can survive 66.
Yeah,
she's hiding Grogu in her belly that doesn't exist.
Inside her stomach. That's right.
Yeah, right, Mark. The only way to get by 66 is pretend like you're dead. So when they killed the first youngling, I would have been like, "Oh no, I'm dead! Oh god, they hit me!"
Exactly.
Like fall
Stop,
over.
drop, and roll. That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
the thing that doesn't make sense with that is, are you telling me that Anakin didn't sense, or Vader in that moment didn't sense that there was still somebody alive there?
Oh,
I was saying that the other day. I was under the impression that they cleaned house, man.
Yeah.
They
You
were
know what I
shooting
mean?
bodies on
like
the ground.
There were survivors out there, but it wasn't in there.
No,
You
not
know,
in there.
everybody was getting killed. So for
But-
her to just say I played dead, that doesn't, like you said, he would have sensed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mad, what were you
Yeah.
going to say?
No, she covered herself up with bodies.
That's what they said.
Until they went
Yeah,
cold.
This ain't
If
The
you
Walking
have-
Dead, man.
Like The
No,
Walking Dead.
she crawled underneath the dumpster, just like what's his name,
Just like Glenn.
Glenn. That's it. Fucking hated that dude. It was,
Oh God. So
Yeah.
I'm going to read.
Regardless.
Oh, go ahead, Culture. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's like 25,000 comments later.
Yeah. Go ahead,
look,
buddy.
Go ahead, Culture.
you could have a new one.
I'm going to give you the full screen. No, stop. I want to hear you. I miss you.
Less than 1.75 million people gave two shits about Miss Marvel.
Mhm.
And,
Well, that
and-
jumped up by almost 1 million since you last told us.
No.
You're all in all, you're saying.
Yes, because essentially Samba only represents about 40% of the market.
Mhm.
So you have to take that number, double it, and add a little more. And so if that's the case, then how do we have all of these people, tens of thousands of people that are putting up these reviews that are, bombing this show on IMDb? And why
Right.
would they only be going to IMDb to bomb it? You're going to see a lot of videos on this shit over the course of the next few
Well,
weeks.
aren't they also
You know what's
bombing Lightyear?
Yeah, they're doing that supposedly too.
Lightyear's a giant. Oh, dude, we're gonna
Well,
talk.
that's a
about
different conversation.
Yeah.
But what's funny I noticed about the whole Miss Marvel thing and that nobody's seen it is that I've actually talked to people who have. And not only that, they like it.
What, Miss Marvel?
Yeah, I've been hearing good.
I
stuff about
didn't. I didn't mind it, dude. I actually.
I got
think it's a
halfway through
fun-
it. For me, it's a
Yeah.
kid's show.
It's a
not
kid's
It's like
show, yeah.
Wizards of Waverly Place, but with superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't give two shits. They changed the powers. Whatever.
The family is good. The family's fun. It's a fun show.
I love the idea that they bringing in a family. I don't have any problem with the diversity of the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
You're racist. That's why.
I just wanted something good, and it's not written for me. I mean, Yellow Flash said the same thing in his video today. I mean, it's not written for me.
But they're honest about it in this show, right? Culture.
Right.
It's like out front. This isn't written for you. This is written for younger kids, girls. They want it to be fun, but yet still there is like when the dad comes in as the Hulk. Dude, I laughed my ass off. I thought that was actually really funny. Like them.
I was gonna bring that scene up because I watched like half of it, but like
Right.
then when he's all sad when he leaves, I was like, oh,
Yes, I felt for him, dude.
Right,
I was
I'm like, oh, man.
a poopa or whatever.
but they did it in a way that allowed her to still be you don't hate her for it
No, 'cause
because
she
you
makes
know
this- yeah.
they explain like they did such a good job of like not even explaining but just like showing like why she did it. And
Well, yeah, they
you're
showed
still
it. That
upset
was
with
the
you're
Yes.
still upset for the dad because it breaks your heart, but
Yes.
you're not mad at her. Unlike what we get in Obi-Wan, where no, like she's just a horrible, Reva's horrible,
right.
no matter how you try to justify it.
Right.
So you can't feel
And now she's going to be the
Right.
hero, right?
Right.
Now she's going to
I
be the
will
hero.
find him. Oh, wrong one.
Screaming is acting!
Speaking of screaming is acting, you have Chris Evans playing the titular role of Buzz Lightyear.
Titular lobe.
Tits in my lobe. What?
Well, hey, look, he is America's
He is?
schlong now.
Oh,
But
wow.
anyway, yeah, if you got the chance to see those Insta
I didn't want to, but okay.
pictures. Yeah, well, no, they were in our face, apparently. But anyway, Lightyear is getting stepped on by the dinosaurs.
Is this the second article we've done?
We're going on another article right now. He did a great turnover. Let's go.
Segue.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about
Segue, thank
transitioning.
you.
That's
To
right.
infinity and beyond.
Please, somebody
Indeed.
cut that.
Yeah, stepped on by the dinosaurs at weekend box office as Jurassic World Dominion sees 57 million.
Has
I
anybody
saw
seen
that movie.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Any good?
I want to hear from Tom and Matt, if anybody else that saw it. What was it? Was it good?
Well, so I have a video out, right, where I claim that it is the best of all the Jurassic Park movies. Mind you, my main point is that the dinosaurs have feathers. Some other points that I made was everyone knows everyone. And don't worry, though. They still explain exactly why that person is here. And like, oh, you're Dr. Woman. You were in the first movie. and you're here because of this, right?
Yeah.
And
It's like,
they
yeah,
don't...
No, I was in the car with you when we
So
arrived.
it's
It's like,
not
yes,
good.
but they
Right.
didn't see that.
They don't bother with any type of reasoning or justification why anybody does anything or why they're there. They get right to the next set piece. It is set piece, set piece, set piece.
Yep.
So it's not good.
And I got other reasons too. Check out my videos on.
Check out your videos. Yeah.
No, he's
Soul Assassin
ironically
just dropped it.
He's not totally wrong. It's probably the best of the sequels since Lost World.
Really?
It's not better than Jurassic Park.
No, not by a
My
bar.
video claims that it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only caveat I'll give it is that he's wrong about that. In fact, Jurassic World is still a better film in my opinion. But
right.
Well,
this
Jurassic Park, they look like salamanders, so yeah.
Well, the problems with this movie are carried over from the last one, but it's nice to see the original cast back.
Right.
There's some practical effects in it. It's maybe a 6 out of 10 at best. It's a popcorn movie. There's a lot of dumb shit in it. Like,
how was it seeing Laura Dern? Any holdo aftertaste there?
Laura Dern is a worse actress every movie I see her in.
Isn't that terrible?
I don't know his name.
Maneuver in this,
but there's like very little woke in this. That's the one thing.
True.
Like,
I don't know what his name is, but Dr. Grant. Oh boy, if you didn't know he was Irish, he lets it slip. He was just like, he'll be talking to Dr. Woman and he'll be like, yeah, what do you want? Yeah, what do they want meat for? I'm Irish now, dude. I mean, I'm
really
Dr.
care
Grant.
to hide his accent as
Didn't
much
give a
either.
shit.
He's never been real good at doing an American accent though.
Yeah, he's New Zealander. He's not Irish.
All right, Culture.
It's all the same.
Culture,
All right.
you can finish reading the article.
Well, he's
come back.
He had a pee.
Oh.
Read.
I should just say that my son and his friends
Sorry,
went to go
it's my
see it,
bad.
and they were just clowning it like all over
Yeah.
the place. So I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing for us, but I don't know if the kids are as much into this, because they were.
It's
just
not
ripping it
great.
apart.
It's
Yeah,
not great.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
that's a good point there, Mark, though. Like the nostalgia might bring us in, but this isn't hitting the mark with the new people they want to get. So will the next one be so
It
deep
almost
into
feels
that?
like they're trying to do a Cobra Kai kind of series, and it just didn't.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of neat to see certain aspects, and there's like nice set pieces, but you're sitting there from the start going, well, why don't they just do this? Or why wouldn't they do that? Or why wouldn't the military get involved? Or why? It's great that they have this, but why don't they have that? Like.
Before
and then I got to
you
go
say
eat.
it, Matt,
I have one last thing.
okay, go ahead then, buddy.
But so I think so. My girlfriend, we went together. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Why would you? Yeah.
Anyway, so see.
Sorry. I just got you.
Sorry.
So yeah,
like immediately, like it was a time release or something. Anyway, no. So she fell asleep in it, right? And I look over at her and she's like, "Good, right?" When we're done with the movie, she's like, I wish I would have stayed asleep.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, was that her same reaction with Top Gun?
We haven't seen it yet. But I do have a video where I say that is it's like it sucks great big balls of fire.
Yeah, you do.
Do us all a favor and leave.
You know what? But I have to ask you guys this. Did they do a better job bringing the cast together like they didn't do in Star Wars? So you got the original three, and they're back together. All right. Hey, Matt. Matt. Say your goodbyes.
Yeah.
Goodbyes.
See you Wednesday on
And
the
stay
Mad
Gucci.
Dump.
Stay Gucci, my ninjas. And don't forget to be there for Mad's Wednesday dump.
Hey, say hi to your girlfriend.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow, that was creepy.
Weird how he said that.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Does Lightyear always have hair?
No, this is young Buzz. This is the real Buzz.
No,
the other Buzz is
just for
wearing
you,
a cap.
Culture.
He's wearing like the other
Just
Buzz
for you,
isn't
Culture.
bald.
I haven't even seen the movie
I
yet.
love you, Tom.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Movie, dude.
Tom, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. You are gonna love
Not
it.
really. I pretty much have all the good shit that's already on it, but I got it for you, Culture.
I know. You make me happy when
Well,
Sky's
that's because you're.
By the
you
way,
guys are
Tom
great.
and I are hetero life mates. In case you
Oh.
guys-
Okay, that no one asked, but okay.
Gay.
I'm very proud.
Very
No.
ungay.
Very ungay. Okay. Go on with your article there.
Indeed. So this is an interesting. So Jurassic World's going to rock 57 million.
Where's
It's
Top Gun sitting right now, though, Culture?
Yeah, dude, it killed it. So we're gonna get there. This is gonna be great. I was so happy today. So with the Saturday morning update, we know Sunday's going to shit all over this. By the way, this wasn't supposed to happen. Disney's Lightyear, despite an A- cinema score and 4 stars, 85% positive on post track is coming in way under. I knew this, and so did Valiant Renegade, so did that Park Place. We were all talking about
You've
it.
been saying
Grant Gregory.
Mr. Grant Gregory.
Yeah. They're coming in way under the $70 to $85 million projection, which was down from the $110 million to $85 million they started out at.
No.
By the way, it's going to come in with a 51 to 55 million 3-day weekend.
That's wow. That's terrible.
Yeah, and that is 51 to 55. It's bananas.
But aren't they already blaming it on one scene that we're all ists again?
Yeah,
That's the reason why we're not watching.
That shit's all ginned up and ready to go. Come on. Yeah. No. But look, Jurassic World Dominion is going to end the weekend with 57.1. So no matter what, even if they come in at the top end of what's projected right now, they still suck. It's not the big kiss. Nobody.
But that's what they want. They're already, like you said, you perfectly put, Culture. They already had that lined up as a softball. If we don't do well, this is why, because these ists don't like Pride Month or something.
But it doesn't play anymore because people like myself and Tom and Rhino and Mark and you. Well, sometimes.
Thank you. Well,
Mr. Grant Gregory.
When you're doing it, we all talk about the fact that this shit's already it's already ready to go. The shit's ready to go. These articles are pre-written, ready to go out to the trade, so they can hand it off to their pals, so they can publish that shit in the morning, so they don't have to do anything.
Riva.
Exactly. Yeah. The racism narrative was already there. Mark can tell you about it.
Right?
Yeah, Mark can tell you about it. Yeah, Mark's been doing great videos, by the way. I freaking love him. I don't have to watch the Star Wars shit anymore because I just watch you. And
I didn't even realize Mark was still doing videos. He hasn't turned up on my feed for 2 weeks.
What
was that raging?
Yeah, wait a minute. No, that was Mr. Grant Gregory.
Oh shit! Bye.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said I didn't realize Mark had been doing anything for 2 weeks because he hadn't turned up in any of my feeds. It was only when I went and looked at his clips. I've got like a full playlist of stuff for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's what I thought you said. I have so many people who come into my comments and like, "Hey man, you're still around? I haven't seen you in like years."
Is that called a shadow ban?
Okay. Yeah, no, it's called boosted like a motherfucker. I don't even know what's going on there, but it's
somebody help me. I think I have the monkey flu. Check it out.
That's why. Wow. I love it. The monkey.
Anyway,
you have some of the best. I'm sorry, Culture, but you have some of the best videos, man. Like the panel we have, including Jane and Raging and Culture and Mark. Tom, you guys are a fan. Oh, and Matt. Mr. Grant has the greatest interviews, but you guys have such great videos, and it makes me sick that they don't help us. The platform doesn't want to help us. So it really is the people in the chat. That's the only reason we get out there. It's because you guys share it. You guys like it. You comment. So thank you guys.
Very true.
We love you. I remember years ago, somebody told me, "Hey man, you're going to make 20,000 subs by the end of the year." That was something like 3 years ago. I'm like, guess again, buddy. You know what I mean? All of a sudden it just stopped and dropped.
The grind is real.
It blows my mind, man, because I mean your material is like fire.
It is.
It's
entertaining.
Even if it's not being like showing up in my feed, I go look at your channel. I'm disciplined like that because I don't want to watch this show.
Yeah. I'm with you. So watch us.
I seek out the best. Again, we follow the best on YouTube. That's one of the things we do. That's why Mad, who just left, and I'm going to say something nice. Mad is a YouTuber.
He's awesome.
YouTubers watch him, to steal his jokes.
He's funny
and do better with them.
He's funny. He is funny. That's why I have him on my Wednesday. He runs. I am not here on Wednesdays. That is Mad Show on Sporking News. He's doing me a massive favor by doing that, and I appreciate it. His
first official, the show that just happened last Wednesday,
really good.
Already over 600 views.
Yep, and he's really good.
He's not like.
And he has some talented people I've never had on my channel before too, so I appreciate.
Oh yeah, that. Ghost was there. You had some really
Mark 3D
Yeah. I mean, and that guy is definitely Eastern European. I mean, you can.
Yeah, he is.
And then,
he definitely is. Sorry, move on with your article.
Anyway, so even if it does 51.7 even if it drops 61%, it could reach 66.3 million over the 4 day because Juneteenth is being thrown in there.
Okay.
So
they're Monday's considered a holiday?
Yeah, oh indeed. Yeah, it's a federal holiday of last year, I believe. Is that correct?
It really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I'm right. I think I'm right.
Juneteenth. That's right. How did I forget that? It means everything.
Yeah, Mark,
to me.
what are you doing?
wait.
It's like your Christmas, man.
I'm celebrating it too.
Hey, wait. Is it? It's kind of like Kwanzaa, only not.
It's the celebration
it's supposed
of
to
the.
be.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Okay, well, so here's the question Headline's asking. What the hell happened here? Despite the lowest Rotten Tomatoes rating of the Toy Story franchise at 77% fresh, which is shillfest, it's clear no one in great quantity is going to see the origin story of Buzz Lightyear. Understand that the Pixar movie and a Jurassic movie have played in close proximity to each other on the calendar before, and they both walked away with an embarrassment of riches, which means they did well, by the way.
Very well.
While we've mentioned that spin-offs always open lower than core franchise films, take your pick.
It's Pixar, though.
Fantastic Beasts versus Harry Potter, Hobbs and Shaw versus Fast and Furious, Bumblebee versus Transformers. This would be a case of going to the Toy Story well too soon, too fast, despite the fact that theater closures and the global crisis stood between now and the last Toy Story 4 film 3 years ago.
Well, you have another problem here, and that is that does this generation even give a shit about Toy Story? And the other side of it is when I went to see Jurassic World,
my kids like it.
There was the theater was made up of almost half kids, and they fucking loved that movie.
Right.
Like they were hooting and hollering through the whole thing, laughing through the whole thing. They love dinosaurs. It doesn't matter how dumb we thought the movie is. The kids were digging it.
My daughter,
like they were loving it. So
I'm sorry, Tom. I apologize.
No, I was just going to say, so you have Jurassic World, and then that's going to overlap with Minions. So you think kids are going to give a shit about Buzz Lightyear, Buzzkill Lightyear? No.
But see, I don't know, because like my kids love Toy Story movies. My daughter, people bought them for Christmas, Woody and Buzz, and my 4-year-old plays with them all the time. So there are kids that will like it, but they're not going to go to the movies to see it.
Not to the extent like when
this is a total flip on that whole concept. This isn't really a Toy Story thing, right?
No,
based
exactly.
So what they just threw out that whole formula.
Yeah,
that made it so sweet and endearing in the first place. So who knows what you're going to get here.
And I'll tell you, when that Minion trailer showed up before the Jurassic World movie, those kids dug that too.
Look,
yeah.
I'm going to say this, and I understand. I just saw that comment. I'm going to say it this way: normies didn't get any.
They didn't react to Buzz Lightyear at all.
Right. Yeah, and they didn't get anywhere close to the Tom Cruise thing in association with this film for this film, at least not in the early box office, because that didn't break until widely break until I think Saturday afternoon, which is what, today. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, a lot of people aren't caught up on that aspect of it, but let's just.
What about the Tom Cruise thing?
No. Tom Hanks.
Oh, he's in the movie?
You said Tom Cruise.
No, he is not in the movie.
No. Okay, so.
Chris Evans is. This is the weird thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tim Allen? Tim Allen wouldn't do it.
Are you talking about Tim Allen? I don't think they asked him.
No, Tom. Oh, I'm going to throw rocks at you.
All right, say it again. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks demonstrated a lot of very bad behavior recently that the normies aren't catching up on.
Yes.
Or at least, until
where he told the paparazzi get the fuck up off his wife.
Well, aluminum sport it.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the kitty diddle and stuff? I'm not familiar with all that.
And some other stuff like that. I don't want to get into all of it. It's aluminum spork material, which will show up on what day, Scott?
Monday night.
That's right.
That's not going to stop Disney from hiring you.
That is
might get you a job.
The conversation. I'm just saying it wasn't a factor here. You have Chris Evans. Awesome shirt. You have Chris Evans taking a voice from Tim Allen. And that, I don't know any reason why you would change the voice, because guess what? Do you know who voices an action figure voice when you pull a string or press a button? It's the guy that did the voice originally.
Well, no, but what they're saying is the Buzz Lightyear Tim Allen is based on an actual human being that lived, so you can't get the voice. I get what you're saying. It should have been Tim Allen.
Yeah.
But Chris Evans is the big guy.
Okay. Anyway. Okay.
I play with my Woody all the time.
I am about to.
Yeah.
Builds. What's up? So here we go. So like Universal with Dominion, it's not like Disney didn't market Lightyear. They did, like to everybody. If you comb through the top critics on Rotten Tomatoes, a majority of them seem to enjoy it, which does not give me any hope for the film, by the way.
Right.
It's clear that the majority of Toy Story fans are not out in abundance. No. Remember that movie is an ensemble pick. Excuse me. I added the word epic. In all its toy characters, an appealing factor for all the parents that grew up with those icons like Slinky Dog, Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Oh, by the way, notice how those are binary. Also limiting audiences here with Lightyear is that there's not much for girls to hook their hats on. That is bullshit. The outer space aspect makes this spin-off a big driver for boys, hence the turnout more for boys than girls. I'm sorry, I thought there was big lesbian moments in this.
I was gonna say, isn't there a bunch of strong women in it too?
Yeah, there's super strong women's in this. This article's crap. I can't believe I'm reading this.
Yeah, me either.
Well, I asked you about Top Gun because I was going to be curious on if there was any chance that it upsets Buzzkill Lightyear this weekend and actually takes second place and pushes Buzz off to third.
I'm skipping down, so here we go. There's a decent chance. Where are we? There's a decent chance that Top Gun, which is currently in third, is sitting at 40 million. If it can pick up substantially tomorrow and on Monday,
guess what tomorrow is?
Sunday.
But what else is it?
Father's Day. Oh, by the way, do you know what dads want to see tomorrow, Tom?
Lightyear.
Gee, they don't want to see Buzzkill Lightyear because I just brought it up for that very fucking reason. I guarantee you most dads are going to say, I wouldn't mind going and seeing that Top Gun Maverick movie.
Yeah,
and what Tom just did is he read my mind because that is what I thought of for 2.5 hours.
That's
on the
what
airplane.
life partners do.
Yeah,
For 2.5 hours, that is what I thought of on the plane. I'm like, Top Gun is the film Dad wants to see on Sunday.
Yep.
Not
Or
only
just-
Dad, but
just
me.
to be left alone.
I might go see it the fourth, fifth, sixth time. Who knows? The film is that good, right? And I really
feel
think
like you have producing. You produce this movie.
I have back end. I have a little back end.
You must have some back end.
He got some back end.
I saw
Let's
a video.
say.
You have a big back end.
Yeah.
He's like, go for it, Tom. I'll let you do whatever you want to my back end.
I'm not.
Not me either.
Just oil up.
But
Fletcher Williams is making a good point. He's saying, I know that my family will not watch it because of the message.
Yes, I saw that.
You know, and you saw that what's his name? Chris Evans just got through calling us idiots.
Yep.
If we didn't want to see this thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're already blaming us for not wanting to see it because of a moment kiss or a kiss or something I didn't even know about.
Well, what's stupid is, from what I've heard, is it could have easily been edited out, and that was probably the initial plan. But now Disney's in a corner,
and
and they can't keep editing this shit out because then they've been getting busted so many times.
They will when they try to get it into China, Tom.
Exactly, and
they lost 17 markets.
I was just going to say, and because they had to stick by their guns, they're going to lose money on this because, like you just said, Culture, they lost a bunch of markets, so now they got to blame us for not going to see it, right?
Yep. It's a vicious cycle. This happens all the time.
I can't believe the evolution of their
message.
No, well, like the way that they've come sort of after the fans, right? You think about when The Last Jedi hit, right? There was nothing. There was hype. There was actually a fair bit of hype behind it because everybody was bouncing off Rogue One, right? And of course, there was hype after Force Awakens.
Just for fun, I want to look at these domestic totals real quick.
Please do.
Read this. Raging. Read this number.
Man.
Read this number. I just highlighted it.
468.6.
Yeah. Look at this number.
Yeah, 405.2.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, they're different numbers.
Oh, those Australians, they got the math.
No. Okay, so Doctor Strange has been out exactly how many more weeks than Top Gun?
You got to tell us. I don't know.
17.
2 weeks. It's been out 2 weeks.
Good try, though.
And it is behind Top Gun by how many million?
A lot.
Yeah.
That many million.
51.
60. What
was Ryan going to say? Because I'm more interested in that right now.
It's a 63
evolution of the
million difference. that is a huge domestic total difference right there.
It is huge. Thank you very much, Culture
Okay,
Casino.
I'm gonna go hide. Fuck
okay.
it.
All right. Go behind your.
No, it's fine. You could have just held on to that.
The evolution of the criticisms from the people making this stuff, right? You think about when the Last Jedi happened. We watched the movie. We all fucking hated the movie. We told them how we felt, and they came after us, right? That we're drinking the tears, and all of that shit happened, right? Your Snoke theory sucks. All of that. There was a little. Actually, the Snoke theory sucks was a little bit before it came out.
Yes,
but despite all of that, how much it's evolved to now when you look at something like with Reva, for example, right? Or with Buzz Lightyear. The attacks are coming because they know that the advertising is now pushing the message. They weren't pushing the message through the advertising before, right? So for all the ads and the trailers and this and that, it was like you were watching it. Okay, that looks pretty cool. You go, it's a bait and switch. You get pissed off. Right now, they're putting the bait and switch in your face before you even go and see it. So, and we know from past experiences. So the attacks are coming from the people creating it, from these studios, before we've even had a chance to see it. All we're doing is going, okay, based on that trailer, this looks like shit.
Well, that's what.
All they're doing is pushing the message, and guess what? That makes me a racist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or
like
sexist.
I mean, I've always said that. That's true.
It's just nuts.
I actually just said almost that exact same thing. Like, you don't even know. I had no clue there was like a lesbian kiss or something in this shit movie. I just assumed it looked like crap.
Well, and that's what I kept hearing from people. I can't remember if it was Chris Gore or somebody else who had seen it, who had said that the movie really isn't that bad. And he's like, that shit can be cut out. I can't remember if it was Chris specifically or somebody else. I think it was.
It was Chris.
Yeah, and he's like, it just makes no sense. And I said, oh, it makes complete sense. Because like I said, now they have to keep it in. But it was when it was originally planned, they had to put it in there to where they could take it out.
Right.
And I think the same could be said for Doctor Strange.
And it was pulled out for the U.S. audience, by the way.
Well, is it still in there?
No, it was gone. It was gone prior to Disney buckling under for the Florida stuff. It was gone. They weren't even going to put it in there.
Oh, so now they put it back in after the fact, though.
Yep.
Well, that's the thing, and that's because, and I think that's what took Rice by surprise when he was fired, is I think that a lot of the woke folk in Disney got this false sense of security that after they got Chapek to buckle, that this was going to fly from here on out. And honestly, at this point, if this movie fails, this is just another notch in Chapek's belt to say, I told you so. Because I really do. I hope it opens at third place, because that'd be, I think, the worst opening for a Pixar movie ever.
Well, it would be interesting, right? Because it would be behind two films that had released prior to it.
Which both have already had like 2 weeks on them.
Yeah, it's insane. And I'm going to show this article one more time because the comments are glorious. You have people trying to make apologies all along the way, but there are people with solid takes in the comments.
Well, going off of your whole thing, Culture, of just showing off the numbers here, I just will say that this is an interesting point. Every other movie besides this and Morbius so far this year have overperformed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
Wow.
And if you kind of Doctor Strange and the Batman are kind of the outliers.
Northman kind of hit just below.
I don't think anybody had any plan on that being any bigger than it probably was here.
I think it missed by 6 or 7 million, but yeah,
that's not enough for me to say that's a huge.
Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
That was actually from last year, but yeah, technically, as far as the opening weekends, though, like even the Batman hit its opening weekend, even Doctor Strange hit its opening weekend.
And then they dropped off.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Think about the lack of fall off for Top Gun. Doesn't that blow your mind? The fact that
I didn't bring it up so you could sit there and suck Tom Cruise's dick some more. The reason I brought it up is that every other movie, every other movie is outperforming their opening weekend aside from Lightyear at this point and Morbius.
Have you heard about Top Gun?
I am just here to clear the planet. That's all I got to say about
it. Yeah. All right. Wow, we are at 2:17. God, I wanted to talk about a couple other things, but I think we're going to end it now because... Why? Wait a minute. Why? What were we going to talk about, Culture?
Nothing.
You know nothing.
Oh, Jon Snow! Shit, I have to talk about it.
I'm going to jump out if you're going to talk about Jon Snow.
I got it.
Very little or nothing to add to that.
And I have to go to bed. You guys,
go to freaking bed.
Talk your Jon Snow.
I love you guys.
I don't
Take
know.
care.
Hey,
Later, Tom.
so you know what I do with Game of Thrones now?
What's that?
I watch like the first 4 seasons, and then I say, you know what? There's no more books. I'm going to bed.
That's probably your smartest thing to do.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I noticed that on aluminium spork, aluminium spork.
Yeah. What about that?
You realize that there's no more books.
Yes, I realize that's on my my intro.
Yeah. I think have you come to terms with it? Are you still struggling?
We'll get one more. We'll get one more. I can't help myself.
The
Culture.
denial is strong.
I can't help myself.
Ooh, okay, well, I love each and every one of you out there. So did Tom. He lives in my hetero life, mate. Anyway.
Yeah.
Check out Tom on Midnight's Edge After Dark, and of course the main channel, Midnight's Edge. Check out Midnight's Edge Archives, Midnight's Edge Espanol, but mostly check out all these amazing humans I got to hang out with tonight. Check out this man right here who's on fire constantly when it comes to content. His videos are quality. Check out I have read most of your book. We'll get to that tomorrow.
At least the front cover, at least.
I mean, I saw it on his table.
This hits a digital, so I don't think that's possible.
Okay,
but
I tried.
This man here, he is he rages a lot, and what just happened?
What are you talking about?
I was pointing at raging, and then I moved.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Anyway, he is very talented despite his Australian heritage, especially in Victoria, where I hear they like sheep a lot. But anyway, and then of course, Mr. Grant Gregory, who's an incredible editor for my channel, who can absolutely do no wrong, and this guy above me, who I like a little bit.
Oh, raging. Okay.
Wait, how did this happen? Anyway, check them all out, and if you get a chance, check out the Sunday Culture Review, which is mañana. And
what's tomorrow night?
Oh, the late night culture stream. I get a little loose.
Yeah, I heard it's been pretty good.
Yeah, get a little loose. I would love to have people there stay up late, but some people work. Everybody on this panel is always invited. I occasionally Prince Lethal will join me.
Lethal said he'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, Lethal.
Yeah, I got Prince Lethal. I get Nina Infinity every once in a while.
Yeah,
we bring in some humans.
Yeah, you never invite Mark. Wow.
I want Mark on. I want Mark everywhere. Are you kidding?
Oh,
this Mark.
Crazy.
He invited me.
You.
And you invited me,
and
then you didn't send me the link.
But then
remember?
you don't send him the link.
You're two in the group.
Culture. Wow.
Did you just do
the
that
truth
to me?
comes out.
See, here's the thing, Mark. If
me
you do,
too.
if you
And
do
then
I
that-
love you, man.
And then I get upset. And then I go looking, and I'm like, no, he's in the group. And then I cry.
Yeah, you
See, if he does that, it's technically not racism, so he's good.
Right. Do better, Culture Casino.
I'm going to bed.
All right. Bye-bye.
I love you
Get
guys.
some rest, man.
Later, culture.
All I want to say is this
Are they going
bullshit.
to call it "You Know Nothing," the Jon Snow story?
I don't know what the
presented
fuck.
by Hallmark.
What the fuck are they going to do? He went beyond the wall in their series. What
How
is
to
he going to
abandon
like?
your dog in 10 easy steps.
I don't know. I really don't. Is Aegon Targaryen going to bring the wildlings together, go down and, I don't know, defeat his sister, Sansa, for the north, and then defeat his brother, the tree fucker? I don't know.
No, there's the
bullshit,
new
man.
North.
There's no source material for this at all, right?
At all.
This is just some. So why does it exist?
I don't know why they're even. There's no reason for this show. Like, he's still dead in the book. Like, we don't know if he's even alive. I almost hope he doesn't bring him back in the book. Like,
No, that's the thing. That's like he's either going to turn him into
a fire white.
Yeah, or he's completely dead. I think he's completely dead. I genuinely think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling him that, darling. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, honey. Yeah, I really don't know. And I'm not going to read this article. I just I had to touch on it because I said I would tell people what I thought about this. This is garbage. This is, again, George R.R. Martin probably will be involved, focused on something else other than finishing the goddamn books that he started, telling us it was only going to be a trilogy, then 5 books. Now he's up to 7, and he's only on number 5. Please finish the damn books. All right, I'm better now, guys.
Well, this is just like making spin-offs for just like the Lord of the Rings stuff.
Yes.
Right? It's like they're not using the source material. They're using parts that they can use, and they're just gonna butcher it.
Right. I mean, that looks terrible. The Lord of the Rings. It looks god awful.
I've
Like-
got no because I haven't watched it.
Well, it's what it is I'll tell you what, right now, what this Jon Snow series will be. It will be beautiful. They'll be filming in beautiful locations. It will look gorgeous. The costumes will be beautiful. CGI will probably be really good. And then the writing will suck unless George R.R. Martin's writing it himself. And even then, I don't know if he could write it anymore because it's been like freaking 12 years or 11 years. So
I'm sensing a Game of Thrones version of Kenobi. I think he's going to have PTSD. You're going to watch him moping around. You know what I mean? Doing shit he's not supposed to be doing. Yeah, who needs it?
Thinking about lost loves, lost this. Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
So that's what we had to say about that. All right, we're going to call it a night, everybody. It's been an hour, 2 hours, 23 minutes. Thank you for sticking with us. Most of you did throughout the whole show. So thank you very much. Raging, working on anything? Tell them what you're working on.
Not really. Like I am working on a couple of one scripted video at the moment. Just trying to find a way to turn this Kenobi thing into a couple of video essays. It's so hard because there's so much wrong.
The same thing, exactly. Like, yeah,
I can't.
There's
I
no
can't
narrative.
pick one. There's no narrative, and it's so hard to build a narrative in a video to explain the no narrative. It's so hard. Anyway, I'm trying to put something together. So I don't know how long that's going to take me. Give me some time with that. But other than that we've obviously got Obi-Wan Kenobi. You can see my reactions and reviews, and then of course breaking it down on Casual Rage. I'm actually hoping that it's not 100% guaranteed, guys, but Ryan Kennel might be on this week.
Nice.
And I'm hoping possibly to have Disparu as well.
Wow. Tell him
just so that we can talk all the entire series, really.
Yeah.
Now, again, there's no guarantee. I was going to have Disparu on this week, and he was unable to make it, unfortunately. So I don't know what it's going to be like for him next week.
Right.
And Ryan did mention a couple of weeks ago that he would come on this last week, but again, it's been a couple of weeks since I last spoke.
Well,
to
he
him,
put you all out on shout out, so you better freaking show up. That's what I said. Rhino.
But yeah, other than that, please come and follow me over on YouTube, Twitter, all the shit. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark, you working on anything?
Just doing my thing. You know, with the videos, come on by, check them out. It's easy to miss because YouTube doesn't put my stuff out there like that.
Nah,
but there's a lot of good material there to check out. You know, a lot of commentary, a lot of jokes, laughs, things like that. Of course, I am also doing my thing with the Dark Council every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. On Drunk 3PO's Basement. And I want to say to everybody out there, happy Father's Day. I want to just remind all of the fathers out there that we are very, very important. Right now, there's this push to really take us out of the picture. But our women need us, our children need us, our community needs us. So it's a very important time every day. But since it is Father's Day, I just want to remind you guys, I'm in good company. You're in good company. Let's just be there for our people, for our families.
Amen, brother. Amen. Yeah. Happy Father's Day to you, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Grant Gregory, any interviews coming up?
I've got the final edits for the Gary one, which should be coming out this week. And Mark with a C is actually set to premiere on Monday morning.
No, I'll be watching that one Monday morning, guys. Wait a minute. Did you put Mark with a C on Juneteenth? Did you realize Monday morning here is Juneteenth? You son
not
of
for
a
me,
bitch.
it's not.
Oh, I guess not. All right. I'm sorry, I'm an asshole. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Really appreciate. We got a couple new, 3 of you already accepted Eric K's memberships. There's 2 more out there, so make sure you look up somewhere up top of the chat and see if you got the membership. If not, it'll just money sent back to him. I won't get it. That's fine, because Eric K always offers money up, and I appreciate him for that. Thank you to the Sporkmotics. Thank you to Mr. Grant Gregory for doing all he does for this channel, and Mad Mardigan. And I hope you guys stay safe out there. This one goes out to our members. Peace, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
I can't believe you thought I'd do that because it was Juneteenth. I'm doing his one this month because it's Pride Month.
Oh,
Clearly.
Pride Month. Oh, okay. Good night, everybody.